Hello guys, welcome to Scion What If. So in this video, we will see what if Goku fell into the Demon Slayer world. If you enjoy these kinds of stories, don't forget to show us some love by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Your support means the world to us. Now, let's start the story. Chapter 1, Worlds Collide. The universe ripped open like wet paper. 1 second Goku was throwing punches at nothing, training in the hyperbolic time chamber. The next, he was falling through empty air. Hohoea. Goku tumbled through cloud cover, his orange GI flapping wildly. This definitely ain't right. He stabilized himself mid-air, hovering as he scratched his head. Mountains stretched beneath him, covered in dense forest. The night sky sparkled with unfamiliar constellations. Something felt off. His ki wasn't flowing normally, like someone had turned down the volume on his power. Weird, he muttered, trying to power up. The familiar golden aura flickered weakly around him. I can still fly, but everything else feels dampened. A scream cut through the night. Goku's head snapped toward the sound, his Scion hearing picking up the unmistakable sounds of battle. Without hesitation, he shot through the air toward the disturbance. The forest blurred beneath him until he spotted 4 figures in a clearing, 3 humans facing off against something, definitely not human. The moonlight revealed its grotesque form, bulging muscles, multiple arms, and skin that looked like rotting tree bark. Humans smell delicious tonight, the creature cackled, lunging with unnatural speed at a boy with reddish hair wielding a black sword. The boy blocked the attack but slid backward from the impact. A blonde kid in the back was literally shaking, while a wild-looking boy with a boar mask charged recklessly. That thing's ki feels wrong, Goku muttered. Almost like Cell. But different. The creature swatted the boar-masked boy into a tree with a sickening crunch. As it turned toward the red-haired boy, Goku decided he'd seen enough. He dropped from the sky, landing between the monster and the boy. The impact cracked the earth beneath his feet. Hey! You might want to pick on someone your own size, Goku called out, settling into his fighting stance. Everyone froze. The creature's eyes widened, bulging from its misshapen face. What, are you? It hissed, suddenly cautious. Your blood smells different. I'm Goku. He grinned, bouncing lightly on his toes. And I'm guessing you're not exactly the friendly type. The red-haired boy behind him gasped. Sir. Get back. That's a demon, it'll kill you. Demon, huh? Goku kept his eyes on the creature. Well, wouldn't be the first time I've fought something called a demon. The creature, the demon, recovered from its surprise and launched forward with a roar. It was fast, faster than a normal human could track. But to Goku, even with his powers feeling muffled, it moved in slow motion. He sidestepped casually, letting the demon's fist crash into empty air. The red-haired boy gaped as Goku moved faster than he could follow. Whoa, you're actually pretty quick, Goku said, genuinely impressed. But your form needs work. The demon howled in frustration, unleashing a barrage of punches with its multiple arms. Goku weaved between them, not bothering to block. Stand still, you, the demon's words cut off as Goku finally counterattacked. 1 punch. That's all it took. Goku pulled it at the last second. He didn't know the rules here, but the impact still sent the demon flying through 3 trees before crashing to a stop. The 3 young fighters stared in disbelief. Impossible, whispered the blonde boy. The demon stumbled to its feet, portions of its face and torso caved in. But as Goku watched, the wounds began knitting themselves together. Huh, regeneration. Neat trick, Goku commented, walking toward the demon. Reminds me of Bu. You, what are you? The demon gasped, backing away. You're not human. Goku scratched his head. Well, not entirely, no. I'm a Scion, well, mostly Scion. From Earth though. Just not, the this Earth I'm guessing. The demon's eyes darted around, calculating escape routes. Before it could move, the red-haired boy appeared beside Goku, sword ready. Mister, demons can only be killed by cutting off their heads with a Nichiren blade, he explained quickly. Really? That's specific, huh? Goku looked impressed. In that case, he moved faster than any of them could see, appearing behind the demon. With a precise chop of his hand, he severed the creature's head from its body. The demon didn't even have time to scream. Its head tumbled to the ground, eyes wide with shock. Like that? Goku asked, turning back to the stunned boy. The boar-masked kid recovered first, pointing his jagged swords at Goku. Who the hell are you? What was that? I told you, I'm Goku, he repeated, confused why they seemed more afraid of him than the demon. I just happened to be falling through the area. The red-haired boy stepped forward cautiously, sheathing his sword. Thank you for saving us. My name is Tanjiro Kamado. These are my friends, Zenitsu and Inosuke. The demon's body remained motionless, but to everyone's shock, it hadn't disintegrated. The head blinked, still alive. That's impossible. Zenitsu shrieked. You didn't use a Nichiren blade. Oh, it's not dead. Goku peered at the severed head curiously. That's inconvenient. Tanjiro quickly drew his sword and finished the job, the demon's body dissolving into ash. He turned to Goku with a mixture of awe and suspicion. You moved faster than any human I've ever seen, Tanjiro said. And your scent, it's unlike anything I've encountered. Goku's stomach growled loudly, breaking the tension. He laughed, rubbing the back of his head. Sorry about that. I haven't eaten since, well, I don't even know what day it is anymore. You guys got any food around here? The trio exchanged bewildered glances. You just killed a demon with your bare hands, and you're worried about food? Zenitsu's voice cracked in disbelief. Well, yeah. Fighting makes me hungry. Goku beamed. Plus, I gotta figure out where I am and how to get back home. My wife Chi-Chi is gonna kill me if I miss dinner again. Tanjiro studied Goku for a moment, then smiled. We have a safe house nearby. I think you should meet our Kasugai Crow. The Corps will want to know about you. Corps? Like a group of fighters? Goku perked up. Sounds interesting. Lead the way. As they walked, Goku noticed a box strapped to Tanjiro's back. Most strangely, he sensed a faint life force coming from inside, not human, but not like the demon they just fought either. Hey, what's in the box? Goku asked, pointing. Tanjiro tensed immediately. Zenitsu and Inosuke moved closer to their friend. It's my sister, Tanjiro answered carefully. Your sister lives in a box. Goku cocked his head in confusion. Isn't that uncomfortable? She's a demon, Tanjiro said firmly, watching for Goku's reaction. But she's different. She's never eaten humans. I'm trying to find a cure for her. Instead of fear or disgust, Goku's face lit up with interest. A good demon. That's cool. Can I meet her? Tanjiro blinked, surprised by the response. You're not afraid. Or disgusted. Why would I be? I've met plenty of people who started out as enemies but became friends. Like Piccolo. Or Vegeta, though he's still grumpy most of the time. Goku laughed. People can change. Something in Tanjiro's expression softened. He nodded slowly and reached for the box. Nezuko, you can come out. It's safe. The box opened, and a girl with pink eyes and a bamboo muzzle crawled out. She eyed Goku cautiously, a low growl emanating from behind her muzzle. Hi there. I'm Goku. He waved cheerfully. Nezuko tilted her head, sniffing the air. Her eyes widened, and she moved behind Tanjiro, peering around him at Goku. She can sense you're different, Tanjiro explained. But she's not attacking, which is strange. She usually becomes defensive around threats. Maybe I don't smell tasty enough? Goku suggested. She doesn't eat people, idiot. Inosuke butted in, finally removing his boar mask to reveal a surprisingly feminine face. But you. What are you? Fight me right now. Inosuke, he just took down that demon with one hit, Zenitsu whimpered. Please don't make him angry. Goku laughed. I'm always up for a spar, but maybe after food. And I should probably explain how I got here, though I'm not entirely sure myself. As they continued walking, Goku tried repeatedly to sense familiar key signatures, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, anyone. But there was nothing. Just the strange, muted energy of this world and the occasional flare of something demonic in the distance. He was definitely not in his world anymore. And his powers were definitely not working right. So, Tanjiro broke the silence, you said you're a Scion. What's that? It's an alien race, Goku answered casually. I was sent to Earth as a baby. Found out later I was supposed to conquer the planet, but I hit my head and forgot all about that. The three demon slayers stopped walking. You're an alien? Zenitsu squeaked. Yep. From planet Vegeta. Though it got blown up, so. Goku shrugged. Earth's been my home pretty much forever. Got a wife, 2 sons. You expect us to believe that? Inosuke scoffed. Well, it's the truth, Goku said simply. But I get it if you don't believe me. I could show you my transformation, but my powers feel weird here. Kind of, muffled. Transformation? Tanjiro asked. Before Goku could answer, the Kasugai crow perched on Tanjiro's shoulder began squawking loudly. Bring the stranger. Bring him to the estate. Master Ubuyashiki wants to see him. Immediately. Caw. Is that bird talking? Goku pointed, fascinated. Our orders are to bring you to headquarters, Tanjiro explained, looking serious. If you really aren't from our world, the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps will want to meet you. Fine by me, Goku agreed easily. Maybe they'll have food. The Ubuyashiki estate loomed in the pre-dawn light, an imposing structure surrounded by wisteria trees. Tanjiro had explained during their journey that these flowers repelled demons, information Goku filed away alongside everything else he was learning about this strange world. They'd traveled through the night, Goku matching their pace easily despite Tanjiro using his fastest techniques. The Scions seemed totally unfazed by the journey, asking questions about breathing styles and demons with genuine curiosity. Now, as they approached the estate gates, several masked guards tensed at Goku's unusual appearance. State your business, one demanded. Tanjiro Kamado, reporting with Zenitsu Agatsuma and Inosuke Hashibara. We've brought a visitor at the request of the Kasugai Crow. Before the guard could respond, a young girl in a pale kimono appeared behind them. Father is expecting you, she said softly. Please, follow me. Goku followed the group through pristine gardens and polished wooden corridors. The entire place hummed with disciplined energy, not unlike the martial arts dojos he'd visited throughout his life. They were led to a spacious room where a man sat with his back to a window, his face bandaged and his presence commanding despite his frail appearance. Several powerful warriors stood at attention around him. Goku immediately identified them as the strongest fighters in the vicinity. So, the bandaged man spoke, his voice gentle yet authoritative, you are the anomaly that appeared in our world. Goku bowed respectfully, Chi-Chi had drilled some manners into him over the years. I'm Son Goku. Nice to meet you. I am Kagaya Ubuyashiki, leader of the Demon Slayer Corps. These are the Hashira, our most elite warriors. He gestured to the stern-faced individuals surrounding him. Tanjiro's crow reported something unprecedented. A man who fell from the sky and severed a demon's head with his bare hand. A tall, muscular man with wild hair and piercing eyes stepped forward. Impossible. Only Nichiren blades can kill demons. That's what I thought, Sanemi, Tanjiro interjected. But I saw it myself. The head was completely severed, though the demon didn't dissolve until I finished it with my blade. Demonstrate your power, commanded a stoic woman with her hair tied in a tight bun. Goku shifted uncomfortably. I'd rather not break anything in here. It's a nice place. Outside then, said a flame-haired man with bright eyes. I am Kaijuro Rengoku, Flame Hashira. I would be honored to test your abilities personally. Ubuyashiki raised his hand. Before we proceed, perhaps our guest could explain how he came to be here. Goku scratched his head. Honestly, I'm not sure. I was training with Whis, he's an angel who's teaching me and my friend Vegeta, and suddenly everything went weird. Like the universe hiccuped. Next thing I know, I'm falling through the sky into your world. He claims to be an alien, Zenitsu added nervously. A scion from another planet. This caused murmurs among the Hashira. A snake-like man with mismatched eyes laughed mockingly. Preposterous, he hissed. Actually, Goku countered, it'd explain why my powers aren't working right. Different universe, different rules maybe. Like when I visited Universe 6 during the tournament, their Earth had evolved differently. You speak of multiple universes? Ubuyashiki leaned forward, intrigued. Yeah. There are 12 in my reality. Each with its own destroyer god and supreme Kai. Goku brightened. Oh. Maybe Whis or Beerus can find me. Though Beerus might just destroy this place if he's in a bad mood. The confusion in the room was palpable. Ubuyashiki, however, remained calm. Your story is either the ravings of a madman or the truth of something beyond our understanding, he said. Either way, I believe Rengoku's suggestion has merit. Show us what you can do. They relocated to a training ground behind the estate, a large, open space surrounded by dense trees. The Hashira formed a semicircle, watching with varying degrees of skepticism. Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke stood to the side, having already witnessed a fraction of Goku's ability. Rengoku stepped forward, drawing his flame-patterned blade. I will not hold back. Goku grinned, settling into his stance. Good. Neither will I, well, I'll try not to break anything important. Begin, shouted a small, pink-haired girl who Goku learned was the Love Hashira. Rengoku moved with blinding speed, his sword tracing fiery arcs through the air. First form, unknowing fire. To the Hashira, it appeared as though Rengoku had landed a perfect strike, until they realized Goku had vanished. Up here. Everyone looked up to see Goku floating 20 feet above the ground, arms crossed. You're fast, Goku called down. I like that breathing style thing you're doing. It's like key manipulation, but different. He's flying, whispered the water Hashira in disbelief. Without a technique, added the stone Hashira. Rengoku's eyes blazed with excitement. Marvelous. Again. He leaped impossibly high, sword ready. Second form, rising scorching sun. This time, Goku didn't dodge. He caught the blade between two fingers, stopping it completely. The force of Rengoku's attack created a shockwave that rustled the trees around them. Your sword's really cool, Goku commented casually, as if he wasn't holding back the full strength of a Hashira. It's like it's on fire, but not really burning. Rengoku jumped back, exhilaration playing on his face. Magnificent. Such power. My turn. Goku asked. When Rengoku nodded eagerly, Goku planted his feet on the ground and took a deep breath. This is weird, but here goes. Hiya. Goku began powering up. The earth trembled. Dust swirled around him as a white aura flickered to life. It wasn't his full Super Saiyan transformation, something was blocking that, but even this partial power-up caused the Hashira to brace themselves against the pressure. "What incredible concentration," murmured the mist Hashira. When Goku stopped, the aura settled into a steady glow around him. "That's the best I can do right now. In my world, I can transform way beyond this." Without warning, he vanished. The next instant, he was standing behind the snake Hashira, tapping him on the shoulder. "Your breathing technique is different," Goku observed. "More focused on precision than power, right?" The Hashira spun around, striking with poisoned blades that Goku dodged with minimal movement. "Enough," Ubuyashiki called out. Somehow, despite his blindness, he had been following everything. "I believe our guest has proven his capabilities." Goku powered down, the aura fading. "So, about that food I was promised?" Several Hashira nearly fell over at the casual request. "I've never seen such speed," the insect Hashira whispered. "Or such control," added Rengoku, sheathing his sword with reverence. "Not even upper moons move like that." "Upper moons?" Goku perked up. "Are those strong demons? Can I fight them?" "They are the 12 most powerful demons under Muzan Kibutsuji, the progenitor of all demons," Ubuyashiki explained. "And yes, they are formidable opponents who have killed many Hashira." "Cool. I mean, not the killing part, but the strong opponents part," Goku clarified quickly. "So this Muzan guy is the boss demon?" "He is a monster who has eluded us for centuries," the wind Hashira growled. "He turns humans into demons by giving them his blood." Goku frowned. "Sounds like a jerk. But if you cut off his head, wouldn't all the demons turn back to normal?" The Hashira exchanged glances. "It's not that simple," Tanjiro spoke up. "Muzan is incredibly powerful and nearly impossible to find." Goku crossed his arms, thinking. "Well, while I'm stuck here, maybe I could help you guys out. I'm good at fighting strong opponents." Ubuyashiki smiled faintly. "The timing of your arrival is interesting. Our crows have reported unusual demon activity recently. More aggressive, more powerful. As if something has changed." "Master Ubuyashiki," Tanjiro stepped forward. "Goku saved our lives. I believe he could be a powerful ally." The leader was silent for a moment, then nodded. "Very well. Son Goku, will you aid the Demon Slayer Corps until you find your way home?" "Sure." Goku grinned. "But seriously, can we eat now? I'm starving." The meal that followed was nothing short of spectacular, at least from the Hashira's perspective as they watched Goku devour enough food for 20 people. "Where does it all go?" Zenitsu whispered in horror. "Scion metabolism," Goku explained between mouthfuls. "We burn a lot of energy when we fight." Rengoku laughed heartily, slapping Goku on the back. "A warrior with a healthy appetite. I like you already, son Goku." While most of the Hashira had returned to their duties, Rengoku stayed behind, fascinated by their visitor. Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke remained as well, having been assigned to escort Goku. "So in your world, you don't use swords?" Rengoku asked. Goku shook his head. "Not usually. We mostly fight with our fists and energy attacks." Like this, he held out his hand, concentrating. A small ball of blue ki formed above his palm, illuminating their faces. "That's not a breathing style," Tanjiro observed, leaning closer. "Nope. It's ki, life energy. Everyone has it, but not everyone knows how to use it." Goku let the energy dissipate. "I could teach you guys if you want. You could teach us to make energy balls." Zenitsu's eyes widened. "Sure. It takes practice though. Gohan, that's my son, took months to learn the basics." Inosuke jumped up. "Teach me first. I'll master it in a day and become the strongest demon slayer ever." Goku laughed. "That's the spirit. But first, I should probably learn more about how things work here. Those breathing styles are pretty interesting. Rengoku launched into an enthusiastic explanation of the various styles: flame, water, wind, stone, mist, sound, love, serpent, and insect, derived from the original sun breathing. Sun breathing? Goku's interest peaked. That sounds like the Genki Dama, spirit bomb. It gathers energy from all living things. The breathing styles enhance human capabilities beyond normal limits, Tanjiro explained. My water breathing lets me move and attack in flowing patterns that can slice through demon flesh. It's like channeling ki through specific movements, Goku mused. Maybe that's why my powers feel weird here. The energy flows differently. Their conversation was interrupted when a Kikuchi, a core support member, rushed in. Flame Hashira. There's an emergency. A village 20 miles east is under attack by multiple demons. Rengoku stood immediately. How many? At least 5, sir. And, they're different. Stronger. They killed the demon slayers stationed there in minutes. I will depart at once. Rengoku's expression turned serious. I'm coming too. Goku jumped up. 5 strong demons sounds like fun. Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke exchanged glances before standing as well. We're going too, Tanjiro declared. We'll follow your orders, Flame Hashira. Rengoku assessed them, then nodded. Very well. Son Goku, can you truly fly as you demonstrated earlier? Yep. Want a lift? Goku offered. We'll travel by conventional means, Rengoku declined politely. Though your assistance would greatly increase our speed. I can carry all of you, Goku suggested. It'll be faster than running. After some hesitation, they agreed. The sight of 4 demon slayers clinging to Goku as he soared through the air was certainly unusual, but effective. They covered the 20 miles in minutes, arriving at a village engulfed in chaos. Flames consumed several buildings. Screams echoed through the night. And in the center of it all, 5 figures stood silhouetted against the inferno. Those aren't normal demons, Rengoku said grimly as they landed. Goku set his passengers down and studied the demons. Their energy felt wrong, darker and more twisted than the one he'd fought earlier. And there was something else. Their ki is weird, he commented. Like it's been artificially boosted. The demons turned at their arrival. Unlike most of their kind, these showed no fear at the sight of a Hashira. Instead, they grinned with blood-stained teeth. More slayers to kill, hissed one with elongated limbs and spider-like features. The Flame Hashira himself, observed another, a female demon with metallic scales covering her body. Lord Muzan will be pleased. And who's that with them? The largest demon, a hulking mass of muscle with 4 arms, pointed at Goku. He doesn't smell human. Doesn't matter, replied a 4th demon with wing-like appendages. Kill them all. The 5th demon, smaller than the others but somehow more menacing, simply watched with calculating eyes. Rengoku drew his sword. Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, protect the villagers. Son Goku and I will handle the demons. Actually, Goku stepped forward, cracking his knuckles, I'd like to test something. Mind if I take the big one? Without waiting for an answer, Goku charged. The 4-armed demon roared, meeting his attack with surprising speed. You're fast for your size. Goku commented, dodging massive fists. And you're dead, the demon countered, landing a powerful blow to Goku's chest. The impact sent Goku flying into a burning building, which collapsed around him. Goku! Tanjiro cried out. Focus on your targets. Rengoku commanded, engaging the female demon in a flurry of sword strikes. The rubble shifted, then exploded outward as Goku emerged, dusting off his GI. He was grinning. That actually hurt a little. You're way stronger than the demon I fought earlier. The four-armed demon looked stunned. Impossible. That punch would shatter Hashira's ribcage. I'm built pretty tough, Goku shrugged. But now I know I need to take you seriously. He vanished, reappearing behind the demon. Before it could react, Goku delivered a precise chop to its neck, not to decapitate, but to test its durability. The demon howled in pain but didn't fall. Instead, its muscles bulged further, bones cracking as it grew another foot in height. Lord Muzin's special blood makes us evolve when damaged, it laughed maniacally. The more you hurt me, the stronger I become. Special blood, huh? Goku frowned. That's a problem. Across the village square, Rengoku was locked in combat with the scaled female demon, whose hide deflected most sword strikes. Tanjiro faced the spider-like demon, while Zenitsu and Inosuke tackled the winged one. The fifth demon still hadn't moved, just watching everything with those calculating eyes. Goku needed to end this quickly. If these demons evolved when injured, prolonged combat would only make them stronger. Let's try this, he muttered, concentrating ki into his right hand. It wasn't a full Kamehameha, he couldn't manage that yet in this world, but it was enough. He thrust his palm forward, releasing a controlled beam of energy that pierced through the demon's chest, creating a perfect hole where its heart would be. The demon staggered, looking down in shock. What was that? Energy attack, Goku explained. No physical contact, so no evolution trigger, right? The demon's expression confirmed his theory. Before it could recover, Goku moved faster than it could track, appearing above its head. Sorry about this, he said, before driving his hand down in a knife-like strike that severed the demon's head cleanly. Unlike before, the demon's body immediately began disintegrating. Goku studied the phenomenon with interest. Maybe it's because my hand was charged with ki, he wondered aloud. Goku! Behind you! Tanjiro shouted. The fifth demon had finally moved, appearing silently behind Goku. Its claws, dripping with some kind of liquid, slashed toward his neck. Goku spun just in time, catching the demon's wrist. That's rude, sneaking up on people. The demon smiled eerily. Lord Muzin wants to know what you are. I already told everyone. I'm Goku, a scion from Earth, just not this Earth. Fascinating. The demon's free hand shot forward, a hidden needle extending from its finger. Goku caught that wrist too, frowning. Are you trying to take my blood? Lord Muzin will be very interested in your composition, the demon hissed. You're clearly not human, yet you exist in daylight. Yeah, the sun thing seems like a major design flaw for demons, Goku observed. Anyway, I don't like being someone's science experiment. With a quick twist, he snapped both the demon's wrists. It shrieked, then laughed as its broken bones immediately began reforming. You cannot defeat us so easily anymore, it gloated. Lord Muzin has evolved. His blood grows stronger. Soon, even the sun will not, its head suddenly separated from its shoulders. Rengoku stood behind it, sword extended. Talk less, demon, the flame Hashira said gravely. Die quietly. As the demon dissolved, Goku noticed something odd, a small vial falling from its robes. He caught it before it hit the ground. What's this? He wondered, examining the empty glass container. Rengoku sheathed his sword, looking troubled. A specimen container. It seems they were indeed after your blood, son Goku. Across the village, the battles were ending. Tanjiro had managed to decapitate his opponent with help from Nezuko, who had emerged from her box to protect her brother. Zenitsu and Inosuke had worked together to bring down the winged demon. The scaled demoness, however, had escaped after Rengoku left to aid Goku. She fled when she saw her companions falling, Rengoku reported. These demons were coordinated, intelligent. Not the usual mindless predators. Goku nodded, serious for once. And they mentioned Muzin wanting to know about me. That's not good. Tanjiro approached, breathing heavily from his fight. If Muzan learns of your abilities, he'll stop at nothing to obtain your power. Let him try, Goku said confidently. I've fought plenty of guys who wanted my power. Cell, Bu, Zamasu, they all thought Saiyan abilities would make them invincible. This is different, Rengoku cautioned. Demon blood adapts, evolves. If Muzan were to somehow integrate your alien physiology into himself, he'd become even harder to kill, Tanjiro finished. And he's already nearly immortal. Goku considered this, watching as core members arrived to help the surviving villagers. Then I'll just have to find him first. Before he can get my blood. It is not so simple, Rengoku said, placing a hand on Goku's shoulder. Muzan hides in human form. He could be anyone, anywhere. We've hunted him for centuries with little success. He can't hide his ki though, Goku countered. Now that I've felt these demons, I should be able to sense Muzan if he's nearby. His energy would be way stronger than these guys. Tanjiro's eyes widened. You can sense demons without seeing them? Sure. Ki sensing is basic stuff where I come from. I can feel life energy for miles if I concentrate. This revelation caused excitement among the demon slayers. If Goku could truly sense Muzan's presence, it could change everything. We must report this to Master Ubuyashiki immediately, Rengoku decided. Son Goku, your arrival may be more significant than any of us realized. As they prepared to return to headquarters, Goku gazed up at the stars, so different from the ones he knew. Somewhere out there was his home, his family. But until he found a way back, he had a new purpose. These demon guys are pretty interesting, he mused. And this Muzan sounds like a challenge. Maybe I was sent here for a reason. In a luxurious mansion miles away, Muzan Kibutsuji sat perfectly still as the scaled demoness knelt before him. The others were killed, my lord, she reported, head bowed low. But I saw the stranger. He is, unlike anything I've encountered. Describe him, Muzan commanded, his pale face betraying no emotion. Orange clothes. Wild black hair. Immense strength and speed. And he produced energy from his hands, not a breathing style, something else entirely. Muzan's fingers tapped rhythmically on the armrest of his chair. Did Kaigaku succeed in obtaining a blood sample? No, my lord. He was killed before he could complete the task. A flicker of annoyance crossed Muzan's perfect features. Disappointing, but expected for a first attempt. This stranger, did he appear human otherwise? He claimed to be something called a Saiyan. An alien, he said. At this, Muzan's eyes widened fractionally, the closest he came to showing surprise. How fascinating. He rose from his chair, walking to a window that overlooked a moonlit garden. His reflection showed a handsome human man, not the demon lord feared throughout Japan. Send word to the upper moons, he decided. I want this Saiyan studied. Observed. I want to know his weaknesses, his habits, his full capabilities. But do not engage directly, not yet. Yes, Lord Muzan. As the demoness departed, Muzan lifted a small vial from his pocket, identical to the one Goku had found, except this one contained a viscous liquid that seemed to glow with an otherworldly light. Celestial blood, he murmured. And now a being from beyond the stars appears. The universe offers such gifts to those patient enough to receive them. He uncorked the vial and drank its contents. For a moment, nothing happened. Then pain lanced through his body, causing him to double over. His perfect skin cracked, revealing glowing veins beneath. His eyes burned crimson, then violet, then a color that had no name. When the transformation subsided, Muzan straightened, flexing his fingers experimentally. Power thrummed through him, different from anything he'd felt before. Yes, he whispered. This will do nicely. But it's incomplete. It needs a catalyst. His thoughts turned to the stranger, the scion. If his blood was truly alien, it might be the final component needed to achieve what had eluded Muzan for centuries: complete invulnerability, true immortality, and freedom from the sun's deadly light. Find me this Goku, he commanded the empty room. Whatever the cost. Back at Demon Slayer headquarters, Goku sat cross-legged in a garden, eyes closed in meditation. He was attempting to acclimate to this world's energy patterns, to better understand why his powers were diminished. Mind if I join you? Tanjiro asked, approaching cautiously. Goku opened one eye and grinned. Sure. I was just trying to figure out why my ki works differently here. Tanjiro sat opposite him. Any success? Kind of. It's like, the energy here flows in different pathways. In my world, ki moves outward from the center. Goku made an expanding motion with his hands. But here, it cycles through specific channels. Like your breathing styles. That makes sense, Tanjiro nodded. Our techniques follow the flow of breath through the body. Exactly. So I need to adapt. Learn to use my power through your world's energy systems. Nezuko emerged from her box nearby, watching their conversation with curious eyes. Since arriving at headquarters, she'd been allowed to move freely within certain areas, under strict supervision. Your sister seems nice, Goku commented. Must be tough, being caught between human and demon. Tanjiro's expression softened. She's strong. Stronger than I am in many ways. She resists the urge to harm humans through sheer willpower. That's impressive, Goku said sincerely. Reminds me of when I first learned to control the Super Saiyan transformation. The power was overwhelming, it amplified every emotion, especially anger. I had to master myself before I could master the form. You mentioned transformations before. What are they like? Goku's eyes lit up. They're awesome. Super Saiyan is the first level, golden hair, increased strength and speed. Then there's Super Saiyan 2, which adds lightning effects and more power. Super Saiyan 3 has really long hair and massive power, but burns energy too quickly. Super Saiyan God has red hair and divine ki. Super Saiyan Blue combines God ki with Super Saiyan. And Ultra Instinct is silver and lets your body fight on its own. Tanjiro blinked rapidly, trying to process this information. That's a lot of transformations. Yeah, and I can't access any of them right now, Goku sighed. Not properly anyway. The energy here doesn't support it. But, he brightened, maybe I can create something new. A hybrid style that combines ki with your breathing techniques. Before Tanjiro could respond, Zenitsu came running toward them, panicking as usual. Tanjiro. Goku. Emergency meeting. Master Ubuyashiki is sending us on a mission. They hurried to the main hall, where Rengoku and several other demon slayers had gathered. Among them was a tall, stern-looking man with a white-streaked ponytail, the sound Hashira, Tengen Yuzui. Listen up, Yuzui announced flamboyantly. We've received reports of unusual demon activity in 3 locations simultaneously. This isn't a coincidence, it's a coordinated effort. A map was spread across a table, marking 3 spots forming a triangle across Japan. Each site reportedly has multiple demons working together, just like the village you encountered yesterday, Yuzui continued. Master Ubuyashiki believes they're searching for something, or someone. His eyes flicked to Goku. They're looking for me, Goku realized. To get my blood for this Muzan guy. Precisely, Rengoku confirmed. And we cannot allow that to happen. We must split our forces to address all 3 locations. I'll go to the northern site, Yuzui declared. Rengoku will take the eastern site. Shinobu will handle the western site. What about us? Inosuke demanded, pointing to himself, Tanjiro, and Zenitsu. You 3 will accompany Rengoku, Yuzui decided. Along with our guest. He nodded toward Goku. Sounds good to me. Goku said enthusiastically. When do we leave? Immediately, Rengoku answered. Reports indicate the demons are gathering villagers, not killing them outright, but collecting them. We don't know why. Bait, Tanjiro suggested grimly. They're using hostages to draw us out. To draw me out, Goku corrected. They want my blood, so they're creating situations I can't ignore. Then we'll give them what they want, Rengoku said with fierce determination. But on our terms. Son Goku, are you prepared to face what might be waiting for us? Goku's usual carefree expression hardened into something more serious. I've been fighting monsters my whole life. These demons might be tough, but so am I. And I won't let them hurt innocent people to get to me. That's the spirit. Rengoku slapped him on the back. We depart in 10 minutes. Prepare yourselves. As they dispersed to gather supplies, Goku remained by the map, studying the locations intently. These spots form a perfect triangle, he observed. And if I'm right? He placed his finger at the center. Muzan will be watching from here. How can you be sure? Asked a soft voice. Goku turned to find the insect Hashira, Shinobu Kocho, studying him with intelligent eyes. Because it's what I'd do, Goku explained. Set up multiple threats to divide your enemy's forces, then observe from a safe distance to learn their capabilities. You think like a strategist, Shinobu noted, surprised. You present yourself as simple, but there's more beneath the surface. Goku laughed. Not really. I just love fighting, so I've learned a lot about how strong opponents think. And this Muzan guy reminds me of Cell, always trying to get stronger by absorbing others. A dangerous comparison, Shinobu murmured. I hope you're prepared for what's coming, son Goku. Muzan has eluded us for centuries not just through power, but cunning. Good, Goku replied simply. The smart ones are always more fun to fight. Shinobu's eyes widened slightly at his confidence, but she said nothing more. As she walked away, Goku returned his attention to the map, his expression unusually contemplative. If Muzan wanted his blood, he'd have to work for it. And maybe, just maybe, Goku could turn this chase into an opportunity, to find the Demon Lord himself and end his reign once and for all. With renewed determination, Goku went to join his new comrades. Whatever was waiting for them at the eastern site, he'd face it head-on, just as he always had. The eastern site turned out to be a mining town nestled in rugged mountains. As Rengoku's team approached under the cover of late afternoon, something immediately felt wrong. It's too quiet, Tanjiro whispered. His enhanced sense of smell detected blood, fear, and the unmistakable stench of demons, but no movement, no screams. They're underground, Goku stated confidently. I can sense a bunch of weak key signatures below us, probably the villagers. And several stronger ones guarding them. Rengoku nodded. The mine shafts. Perfect place to hide from sunlight. So what's the plan? Zenitsu asked nervously. Please say it involves me staying up here in the safety of daylight. The sun will set in less than an hour, Rengoku observed. We must move quickly. Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu, you'll create a distraction at the main entrance. Draw out as many demons as possible while there's still light. And us? Goku asked. You and I will enter through a secondary shaft I spotted on our approach. If they want your blood so badly, let them think they have a chance at obtaining it. Goku grinned. Using me as bait? I like it. It's dangerous, Tanjiro protested. These demons are coordinated, intelligent. They'll be expecting us. Good, Inosuke butted in, adjusting his boar mask. I want them at their best when I slice them to pieces. Rengoku clapped Tanjiro's shoulder. Have faith in your training, and in our new allies' strength. Now, move out. The team split up, with Tanjiro's group heading toward the main entrance while Goku and Rengoku circled around to the smaller shaft. So, Flame Hashira, Goku began as they jogged, how'd you get so strong? Your ki is way more developed than most humans I've met here. Rengoku smiled proudly. Dedication. Constant training. And the unyielding will to protect the innocent. That is the way of the Flame Hashira. Nice. Reminds me of my first teacher, Master Roshi. He was all about pushing your limits. They reached the secondary shaft, a narrow opening partially collapsed from disuse. Rengoku peered into the darkness, then turned to Goku. Can you sense how many demons await us below? Goku closed his eyes, concentrating. 4, no, 5 strong ones. Probably a bunch of weaker ones too. The hostages are being kept in a large chamber deep down. Then we proceed with caution, Rengoku decided. These coordinated attacks are unprecedented. Muzan must truly desire your blood to risk exposing his forces this way. Yeah, well, he's not the first bad guy who wanted a piece of me, Goku shrugged. Let's go say hello. They entered the shaft, descending into darkness. Rengoku's sword gleamed with a subtle flame-like aura, providing just enough light to navigate. The tunnel narrowed in places, forcing them to crouch or crawl. Smells like Frisia's spaceship down here, Goku muttered. Frisia. Another bad guy from my world. Blew up my home planet. We've fought a bunch of times. Rengoku glanced back with newfound respect. Your battles sound most formidable, son Goku. Just Goku is fine. And yeah, I've fought some tough opponents. But honestly, Goku's voice lowered, I'm kinda worried about these demons. Not because they're stronger than me, but because my powers aren't working right in this world. If I can't access my transformations, then you adapt, Rengoku said firmly. As all great warriors must. I've observed your movements, Goku. Even without these transformations, your base abilities exceed most Hashira. Thanks. Goku brightened. I just hope it's enough. I don't want anyone getting hurt because I can't fight at full strength. Their conversation was cut short as the tunnel suddenly opened into a larger cavern. Mining equipment lay abandoned, covered in dust. The air was stale, with an underlying scent of blood. They know we're here, Rengoku whispered, drawing his sword fully. Goku nodded, settling into his fighting stance. Should we keep going or wait for them to come to us? Before Rengoku could answer, a voice echoed through the cavern. Welcome, honored guests. We've been expecting you. From the shadows emerged a tall, elegant demon with aristocratic features and clothing that belonged in a royal court. His eyes gleamed crimson in the darkness. Kagaya, Upper Moon 5, Rengoku identified him, grip tightening on his sword. Flame Hashira Kaijuro Rengoku, the demon bowed mockingly. Your reputation precedes you. And this must be the anomaly Lord Muzan is so interested in. Kagaya studied Goku with undisguised curiosity. Not human, yet not demon. What a fascinating specimen you are. I'm a scion, Goku replied casually. And you're in our way. Where are the villagers? Safe, for now. Their fate depends entirely on your cooperation. Kagaya snapped his fingers, and 4 more demons stepped from the shadows, surrounding them. Goku assessed the new threats quickly. One was massive and heavily muscled. Another was thin and sinuous with razor-sharp claws. The third appeared almost childlike until you noticed the rows of needle-like teeth. The fourth was featureless, like a living shadow. Let me guess, Goku said. We surrender, you take my blood, and everyone goes free. Precisely, Kagaya smiled. Lord Muzan is reasonable. He requires only a small sample of your unique physiology. Resist, and the villagers die, painfully. Rengoku stepped forward, sword raised. You underestimate us if you think we'll fall for such obvious manipulation. And you underestimate our preparation, Hashira. Kagaya's smile widened. Even now, your young companions above are walking into a trap. Goku and Rengoku exchanged glances. They'd expected as much, but hearing it confirmed was troubling. So what's it gonna be? The muscled demon growled. Surrender or fight? Goku scratched his head thoughtfully. Well, fighting 5 strong demons sounds fun, but I'm worried about the hostages. Choose quickly, Kagaya urged. The sun sets soon, and my subordinates grow hungry. Actually, Goku said, dropping his confused act, I've already decided. In a blur of motion, he vanished, reappearing behind the shadowy demon. Before it could react, Goku struck with a precise chop that severed its head cleanly. The demon didn't even have time to register surprise before its body began disintegrating. What? Kagaya's composure shattered. Impossible. You need a Nichiren blade. Yeah, about that, Goku interrupted. I figured out a trick. He held up his hand, now glowing faintly with concentrated ki. If I focus my energy just right, it works kind of like your special swords. Rengoku seized the moment of confusion to attack, his blade cutting through the air with blinding speed. Fourth form, blooming flame undulation. The childlike demon shrieked as Rengoku's attack connected, separating its head from its shoulders in a wave of fire. 2 down. Goku called cheerfully. These guys aren't as tough as I expected. Kagaya's aristocratic features twisted with rage. Kill them. Kill them both. The remaining demons attacked simultaneously, the muscled one charging Goku while the thin, clawed demon engaged Rengoku. Kagaya himself hung back, watching carefully. Goku met the muscled demon's charge head-on, catching its massive fists in his hands. The impact created a shockwave that disturbed the dust throughout the cavern. You're pretty strong. Goku acknowledged, genuinely impressed. But your technique needs work. He redirected the demon's momentum, flipping it over his shoulder and into the cavern wall with enough force to crack the stone. Before it could recover, Goku was upon it, driving a ki-enhanced fist through its chest. The demon coughed blood, staring at Goku in disbelief. What, are you? I told you already. I'm a scion from Earth. Goku withdrew his hand, then quickly decapitated the demon with a precise strike. Just not this Earth. Meanwhile, Rengoku was dancing around the clawed demon's attacks, his sword leaving trails of fire in the air. Each clash sent sparks flying, illuminating the cavern in brief flashes. 9th form, Rengoku. The flame Hashira's ultimate technique engulfed his opponent in a tornado of fire. When the flames subsided, the demon lay in pieces, its head separated from its still-burning body. Kagaya, now alone, backed away slowly. His confident demeanor had vanished, replaced by calculating fear. You've made a grave mistake, he warned. Lord Muzan will not be denied. Where are the villagers? Rengoku demanded, advancing with his sword ready. Below us. But you'll never reach them in time. Kagaya's eyes darted to a tunnel entrance behind him. The moment the sun sets, they die, unless I return with what Lord Muzan seeks. Or, Goku suggested, we could just beat you and save them ourselves. Kagaya laughed bitterly. You don't understand what you're facing. This is merely the beginning. Lord Muzan has consumed the celestial blood. He is evolving even now, becoming something beyond demon or human. Celestial blood. Rengoku's eyes narrowed. What nonsense is this? But Goku had gone very still, something in Kagaya's words triggering a memory. This celestial blood, he asked slowly. Where did it come from? Kagaya smiled, seeing he'd captured Goku's interest. From the heavens themselves. A meteorite that fell 3 months ago, containing liquid that glowed with unearthly light. Lord Muzan recognized it for what it was, the blood of gods. Or the blood of angels, Goku muttered. Whis mentioned something like this once, that angel blood has unique properties in different universes. Whatever it is, Rengoku interrupted, we cannot allow Muzan to combine it with Scion blood. The result could be catastrophic. Kagaya's smile widened. Too late for concerns. The process has already begun. Lord Muzan need only complete it with the final component. His eyes fixed on Goku. Your blood, alien warrior. Well, he can't have it, Goku stated firmly. Now, are you going to tell us where exactly the villagers are, or do we have to do this the hard way? Kagaya's form suddenly began to change, his elegant clothing splitting as his body expanded. Bones cracked and reformed as his limbs elongated, his face stretching into something barely recognizable. Lord Muzan's blood grants me this power, he growled, voice deepening. My final form, reserved for worthy opponents. Why do bad guys always save their transformations for last? Goku sighed. It never works out for them. Rengoku readied his sword. Stand back, Goku. As Flame Hashira, it is my duty to, actually, Goku interrupted gently, I'd like to try something. Been working on a new technique that might help me adapt to this world's energy. Kagaya, now twice his original size with blade-like protrusions extending from his arms, laughed mockingly. No technique will save you. Upper moons are beyond human capability. Good thing I'm not human then, Goku replied cheerfully. He closed his eyes, concentrating. Instead of pushing his energy outward as he normally would, Goku began cycling it through his body in patterns similar to the breathing styles he'd observed. The air around him stirred, then began to swirl in a tight spiral. What is he doing? Kagaya demanded, suddenly uncertain. Rengoku watched in fascination as Goku's breathing became rhythmic and controlled, not unlike the foundation of his own flame breathing. But there was something different, something more. Scion style, Goku announced, opening his eyes. They glowed with an inner light, not the teal of Super Saiyan, but something new. First form, adaptive spirit. His aura stabilized into a controlled flame around his body, orange like his GI, but with hints of all the breathing styles he'd observed, flame red, water blue, thunder yellow. Impossible. Kagaya stepped back. You've created a new breathing style in days. Not exactly, Goku explained, his voice calm yet powerful. I'm adapting my ki to flow through the pathways this world recognizes. It's not as strong as Super Saiyan, but it'll do for now. Kagaya roared, charging with blades extended. Die, alien freak. Goku moved, not with the raw speed of his normal fighting style, but with the flowing precision of the breathing techniques. He weaved between Kagaya's attacks, each movement leading seamlessly into the next. Second form, Goku announced, gathering energy into his palm, focused impact. His strike connected with Kagaya's chest, the energy not exploding outward as a ki blast would, but driving inward like a concentrated shockwave. The demon's ribcage collapsed, and he staggered backward, regenerating rapidly but clearly shaken. What is this technique? He gasped. Just something I made up, Goku shrugged, the aura still flowing around him. Combining what I know with what works here. Rengoku watched in awe. In mere days, this visitor from another world had analyzed the fundamental principles of breathing styles and adapted them to his own abilities. It was unprecedented. Kagaya, realizing he was outmatched, suddenly changed tactics. He plunged one blade arm into the ground, sending fissures racing across the cavern floor. If I cannot defeat you, I'll bury you, he snarled. The mine will collapse, crushing the villagers below. Rengoku. Goku called. Save the villagers. I'll handle him. The flame Hashira hesitated only a moment before nodding. Do not die, Goku. I expect to hear the full explanation of this technique later. As Rengoku raced toward the tunnel leading deeper into the mine, Kagaya tried to intercept him. Goku appeared in his path, blocking the way. Your fights with me, Goku reminded him. And I think it's time we finish this. Kagaya attacked in desperation, each strike more frenzied than the last. The cavern shook around them, rocks falling from the ceiling as the demon's earlier attack destabilized the entire structure. Goku moved with controlled precision, his new technique allowing him to anticipate and counter each move. When Kagaya overextended on a thrust, Goku saw his opportunity. Third form, Severing Edge. His hand sliced through the air, wreathed in concentrated energy that mimicked the properties of a Nichiren blade. Kagaya's head separated cleanly from his shoulders, his expression frozen in disbelief. But, how? The demon's head gasped as its body began disintegrating. I'm a quick learner, Goku explained, his aura fading as he relaxed his stance. And I've had some good teachers these past few days. As the demons remained scattered to dust, Goku turned his attention to the collapsing mine. Concentrating, he sensed Rengoku's key signature moving rapidly toward a cluster of weaker signatures, the villagers. Better help out, he decided, racing toward the tunnel. The passage was already partially collapsed, forcing Goku to blast through fallen debris with controlled bursts of energy. He caught up to Rengoku just as the Hashira reached a large chamber where dozens of villagers were chained to the walls. Several lesser demons guarded them, panicking as the mine continued to shake. The Hashira, one demon cried. Kill the hostages. I think not. Rengoku declared, his sword flashing through the air. 3 demons fell before they could react, their heads severed cleanly. Goku joined the fray, his ki-enhanced strikes making quick work of the remaining guards. As the last demon fell, he turned to the terrified villagers. It's okay. We're here to help, he assured them, breaking their chains with careful applications of strength. The whole mine is coming down, Rengoku observed grimly. We cannot evacuate everyone through the tunnels in time. Goku looked up, considering. I could try to blast a way out, but the whole thing might collapse. A villager pointed shakily to the far corner of the chamber. The main shaft. It leads straight up to the surface. But it's blocked by a cave-in. Goku and Rengoku exchanged glances. If we combine our techniques, Rengoku suggested, we might be able to clear it without bringing everything down. Worth a shot. Goku agreed. They rushed to the blocked shaft. Indeed, a massive pile of rubble prevented access to what appeared to be a straight path to the surface, visible as a tiny point of fading daylight far above. Stand back, Rengoku instructed the villagers. He raised his sword, flames dancing along the blade. 9th form, Rengoku. Simultaneously, Goku cupped his hands at his side. Ka, mi-e-e-e, ha, mi-e-e-e. Now. Rengoku shouted. Hiya. Goku thrust his hands forward, releasing a controlled beam of blue energy. Their attacks combined, flame and ki merging into a focused blast that bored through the debris without disturbing the surrounding structure. When the dust settled, the shaft was clear, leading straight up to the surface. Amazing, breathed a villager. Great teamwork. Goku gave Rengoku a thumbs up. But how do we get everyone up there? Rengoku assessed the situation quickly. The shaft has ladder rungs embedded in the wall. The able-bodied can climb. And I can carry the rest, Goku decided. A few at a time. They organized the evacuation efficiently. The stronger villagers began climbing immediately, while Goku took the injured and children, flying them up the shaft to safety. Rengoku stayed below, keeping watch for any remaining demons. As the last group prepared to leave, a rumble deeper than the others shook the chamber. Cracks spread across the floor, and the far wall collapsed entirely, revealing another tunnel, and something moving within it. Rengoku. Goku called down from mid-shaft, where he was helping an elderly man onto the ladder. Something's coming. The flame Hashira readied his sword as a massive shape emerged from the new opening, a demon unlike any they'd encountered so far. It resembled a centipede, its segmented body stretching back into the darkness, each segment bearing human-like arms and a face frozen in agony. What is that thing? Goku gasped, quickly flying the remaining villagers to safety before dropping back down beside Rengoku. "A amalgamation demon," Rengoku answered grimly. "Multiple humans fused into one demonic entity. I've only heard of such abominations in ancient records." The creature's main head, larger than the others and crowned with antler-like protrusions, focused on them. When it spoke, its voice was a chorus of dozens of souls speaking in unison. "Lord Muzan demands the alien's blood." "These guys really don't give up," Goku observed. "But we need to finish this fast. The whole place is about to come down." Rengoku nodded. "A combined attack, like before. Let's do it." The centipede demon surged forward with surprising speed, its countless arms reaching for them. Goku and Rengoku leaped in opposite directions, flanking it. Flame breathing, second form, rising scorching sun. Rengoku's attack sliced through several segments, causing the demon to shriek in pain. Goku channeled his energy into his new technique. Scion style, fourth form, penetrating light. His attack, a concentrated beam of energy, pierced through the centipede's main head. The creature convulsed violently, its segments thrashing and tearing apart the remaining support structures of the chamber. "We need to go. Now!" Goku shouted as the ceiling began to give way. Rengoku finished the demon with a final decisive strike, severing the main head completely. As its body began disintegrating, they raced for the shaft. Rengoku leaped onto the ladder while Goku simply flew upward. They emerged into twilight just as the mine collapsed behind them with a thunderous roar. Dust billowed from the shaft, temporarily obscuring their view. When it cleared, they found the villagers gathered nearby, watched over by Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke. "You made it!" Tanjiro exclaimed, relief evident on his face. "Of course we did." Goku grinned. "How'd things go up here?" "We defeated the demons at the entrance," Tanjiro reported proudly. "They weren't expecting Nezuko to help us." On cue, Nezuko emerged from her box, nodding at Goku with those unusual pink eyes. "Excellent work, all of you," Rengoku commended them. But this victory reveals troubling developments. The demons mentioned celestial blood that Muzan has consumed. And these coordinated attacks suggest a new level of organization among our enemies. Plus that weird centipede thing, Goku added. "Never seen a demon like that before." Tanjiro looked grave. "We encountered something similar, a demon composed of multiple bodies fused together. It was stronger than normal demons, but fought with less intelligence." "Experimental forms," Rengoku theorized. "Muzan is testing new applications of his power." As they spoke, a Kasugai crow arrived, landing on Rengoku's shoulder. "Caw. Urgent message. Return to headquarters immediately. The wind and insect Hashira report similar encounters. Master Ubuyashiki requires full debriefing." "Caw. Understood," Rengoku acknowledged. He turned to the others. "We must leave at once. Core support members will arrive soon to care for the villagers." Goku looked back at the collapsed mine thoughtfully. "This Muzan guy is going to keep coming after me, isn't he?" "Without doubt," Rengoku confirmed. "Your blood is the prize he seeks. And if what those demons said is true, if he has indeed consumed some kind of celestial blood, then his desire for your scion powers will only grow stronger." "Good," Goku said, surprising everyone. "The more he wants to find me, the easier it'll be to find him." Tanjiro stared at him. "You want Muzan to come after you?" "Sure. Best way to draw out the final boss is to make him think he's got the advantage." Goku's expression was uncharacteristically strategic. "Besides, I need to know more about this celestial blood. If it's what I think it is, angel blood that somehow ended up in this world, it could be related to how I got here." Rengoku studied Goku with new appreciation. "You continue to surprise me, son Goku. Perhaps your arrival in our world was not mere chance, but fate." As they prepared to depart, Goku cast one last glance at the setting sun. Somewhere out there, Muzan was plotting his next move. And somewhere beyond this world, Goku's family was wondering where he'd disappeared to. "Don't worry, Chi-Chi," he murmured. "I'll find my way home. But first, I've got a demon problem to solve." With renewed determination, Goku followed his new comrades into the gathering darkness, his mind already turning to the challenges ahead, and the new techniques he would need to develop to face them. Chapter 2, Blood and Ki. Dawn broke over Demon Slayer headquarters as Goku stood in a training yard, surrounded by curious onlookers. The events at the mine had spread quickly throughout the core, tales of the strange visitor who could sever demon heads with his bare hands and fly through the air without breathing techniques. "Do it again," Inosuke demanded, bouncing impatiently. "Make the light ball thing." Goku laughed, holding out his palm. With practiced ease, he formed a sphere of blue ki that illuminated the faces of the gathered demon slayers. Among them were Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and several Hashira, including Rengoku and the stone Hashira, Gyomei Himejima. "This is basic ki manipulation," Goku explained. "Everyone has life energy. You guys just use it differently through your breathing styles." "It looks like magic," Zenitsu muttered suspiciously. "Nah, magic's totally different. Trust me, I've seen plenty of both." Goku let the energy dissipate. With practice, anyone can learn to use their ki. It's just about finding it and bringing it out. Tanjiro stepped forward, eyes bright with interest. "Could it enhance our existing techniques?" "Definitely. That's what I was doing yesterday with my Saiyan style. I'm combining your breathing methods with my ki control." Goku scratched his head. "Still working out the kinks, though." Gyomei, the massive, blind Hashira, spoke in his rumbling voice. "This energy. I sense it is powerful, but not inherently good or evil. Like a blade, its purpose depends on who wields it." "Exactly." Goku beamed. "Back in my world, plenty of bad guys use ki too. It's just life energy." "Speaking of bad guys," Rengoku interjected, "Master Ubuyashiki has requested your presence, Goku. The reports from all 3 attack sites have been compiled, and there are concerning patterns." Goku's expression grew serious. "The celestial blood thing? Among other developments. Come." As they walked toward the main building, Goku noticed Nezuko watching from the shadowed porch of a nearby structure. Though she still wore her bamboo muzzle, her eyes followed him with undisguised curiosity. "Your sister seems interested in ki training too," Goku commented to Tanjiro, who walked beside them. "She's been acting strangely since you arrived," Tanjiro admitted. "More alert, less sleepy during daylight. And she keeps watching you when you train. Demon senses might pick up something different about my energy," Goku theorized. "I'm not from this world, after all. My ki probably tastes weird or something." Inside the main hall, they found Master Ubuyashiki seated with several Hashira and core officials. Maps and reports were spread across the low table before them. "Son Goku," Ubuyashiki greeted him. "I trust you're settling in." "Yeah. Everyone's been super welcoming. Well, except that Sanemi guy who keeps glaring at me, but that's fine." Goku sat cross-legged on the cushion offered to him. "Rengoku says you've got news about the attacks." "Indeed." Ubuyashiki's bandaged face remained serene despite the gravity in his voice. All 3 sites reported similar phenomena: coordinated demon activity, hostage-taking rather than immediate killing, and the appearance of composite demons unlike any we've encountered before. "Like that centipede thing," Goku recalled with a grimace. "Precisely. The wind and insect Hashira encountered similar abominations, one resembling a hydra with multiple human heads, another like a spider with human faces embedded in its abdomen." "Gross," Goku commented. "Beyond their disturbing appearance lies a more troubling implication," Ubuyashiki continued. These composite demons retained consciousness after decapitation until a Nichiren blade delivered the final blow. Their regenerative abilities were also significantly enhanced. They mentioned celestial blood, Rengoku added. Claimed Muzan had consumed it and was evolving. Ubuyashiki nodded gravely. 3 months ago, reports came of a falling star that crashed in the northern mountains. Local villages described a glowing substance within the impact crater. By the time demon slayers investigated, the site was empty. And you think Muzan got his hands on it? Goku asked. It appears so. But what troubles me more is your theory, that this might be angel blood from your world. Goku frowned, unusually thoughtful. Whis once told me that angel blood has different properties in different universes. In some places, it's super poisonous. In others, it grants weird powers. If some of it somehow leaked into this world around the same time I arrived, then your appearance and this celestial blood may be connected, Ubuyashiki finished. Perhaps even part of the same interdimensional event. Makes sense. Goku brightened. Which means if I can find the rest of that blood, or figure out what caused the rift in the first place, I might find a way home. And we might stop Muzan from completing whatever transformation he seeks, added the love Hashira, Mitsuri Kenroji. He clearly desires your scion blood to combine with this celestial essence. A troubling prospect, Ubuyashiki agreed. Which is why, son Goku, I believe it's time to be proactive. Rather than merely defending against Muzan's attempts to capture you, we must prepare a counteroffensive. You want me to teach the demon slayers how to use ki, Goku guessed, grinning. Can such a thing be accomplished? Asked Gyomii skeptically. Our breathing styles are the culmination of centuries of refinement. Maybe not fully, Goku admitted. But I think I can teach the basics. Enough to enhance what you already do. If Muzan is getting stronger with this angel blood, you guys need every advantage you can get. Ubuyashiki's expression remained calm, but his voice carried conviction. Then it is decided. Son Goku will train selected demon slayers in his techniques, while our intelligence core investigates the celestial blood phenomenon more thoroughly. As the meeting concluded, Tanjiro approached Goku eagerly. Will you really teach us to use ki like you do? I'll try. Everyone's different though. Some people pick it up fast, others take more time. Goku stretched, his stomach growling loudly. But first, breakfast. Can't train on an empty stomach. Word of Goku's training program spread quickly. By midday, a large clearing near headquarters had been designated as their training ground. 24 demon slayers had been selected for the initial instruction, including Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and several lower-ranked Hashira. Rengoku stood at Goku's side as the participants gathered. Many are skeptical, the flame Hashira warned quietly. Our ways are deeply ingrained. That's fine, Goku replied confidently. Skepticism usually disappears after they feel ki for the first time. He stepped forward, addressing the group. Hi everyone. I'm Goku. Today we're gonna try something new that might help you fight demons more effectively. Sanemi, the wind Hashira, scoffed loudly. This is a waste of time. Our breathing styles have served us for generations. And they're awesome. Goku agreed enthusiastically. I'm not saying replace them. I'm suggesting we add to them. Think of ki as another tool in your arsenal. Demonstrate again, requested Jutomioka, the water Hashira, his expression stoic as ever. Show us what we might achieve. Goku nodded. Sure thing. Watch closely. He closed his eyes, adopting the meditative stance he'd developed since arriving in this world. His breathing shifted, becoming rhythmic and controlled, recognizable to the demon slayers as similar to their own techniques, yet subtly different. Scion style, he announced, opening his eyes, which now glowed with inner light. First form, adaptive spirit. The familiar orange-tinted aura flowed around him, but this time, it was more controlled, more focused. The ground beneath his feet cracked slightly from the pressure, and several onlookers gasped as small stones began floating upward around him. This is ki made visible, Goku explained, maintaining the aura effortlessly. But the real application is how it enhances everything else. To demonstrate, he moved through a series of strikes and kicks, each one producing small shockwaves that rustled the grass and trees dozens of feet away. He wasn't moving at his full speed, deliberately keeping his demonstration at a level the demon slayers could follow. Ki reinforces your body, increases your speed and strength, and can be projected outward as energy. Goku formed a small ball of ki in his palm. With practice, you can even shape it for different purposes. He let the energy dissipate, returning to his normal state. Several demon slayers broke into spontaneous applause, while others murmured among themselves with varying degrees of interest and skepticism. Now, everyone sit down and get comfortable, Goku instructed. The first step is learning to feel your own ki. The training session that followed was unlike anything the demon slayers had experienced. Goku moved among them, guiding each person individually through breathing exercises designed to help them locate and recognize their internal energy. Don't force it, he advised repeatedly. Ki doesn't respond well to being pushed or pulled. It's about harmony, like water finding its own level. To everyone's surprise, Zenitsu showed the most immediate aptitude. I feel it, he exclaimed suddenly, eyes wide. Like electricity running under my skin. That makes sense, Goku nodded approvingly. Your thunder breathing probably already sensitized you to energy flow. Try concentrating it in your hand, like this. By sunset, progress was mixed but promising. Zenitsu could produce tiny sparks of visible ki. Tanjiro had managed to enhance his already keen senses by channeling energy to them. Inosuke hadn't produced visible results yet, but his wild, intuitive approach to training amused Goku to no end. Not bad for a first day. Goku announced as they finished. Keep practicing those breathing exercises tonight. Tomorrow we'll work on directing energy to specific parts of your body. As the group dispersed, Rengoku remained, his expression thoughtful. You are a natural teacher, Goku. Your methods are unorthodox, but effective. Thanks. I've had some experience. Taught my son Gohan everything he knows. Goku's expression softened momentarily at the mention of his family. He surpassed me eventually, during the Cell Games. I was pretty proud. You missed them, Rengoku observed. Your family. Yeah. Goku's usual cheerfulness dimmed slightly. Chi-Chi's probably furious by now. And Goten's probably wondering where I disappeared to. Not the first time I've been gone for a while, but still. We will find a way to return you home, Rengoku promised, placing a hand on Goku's shoulder. But while you are here, know that you have made a significant impact on our fight against the demons. Thanks, Rengoku. You remind me a bit of my friend Krillin, always encouraging everyone, even when things look tough. Their conversation was interrupted by approaching footsteps. Shinobu Kocho, the insect Hashira, approached with purpose in her deceptively gentle expression. Son Goku, she greeted with her perpetual smile. A moment of your time? Sure thing. What's up? I've been analyzing blood samples from the composite demons we encountered, she explained. My findings are unusual. I believe you should see this. They followed her to her quarters, which doubled as a medical research facility. Scientific equipment, surprisingly advanced for this era, filled the room, alongside shelves of labeled compounds and medicines. I maintain the Corps' medical facilities, Shinobu explained, noticing Goku's curious glance. And conduct research on demon physiology when possible. She led them to a workbench where several vials of blackish-purple blood sat in a rack. Next to them, a microscope was prepared. This is blood from the Hydra demon encountered by Yuzui, she indicated. Observe. Goku peered through the microscope, though his scientific knowledge was limited at best. It looks bloody. Shinobu suppressed a sigh. The cells are mutating as we watch. Normally, demon blood cells remain stable after extraction. These are continuously changing, evolving new structures. She replaced the slide with another. And this is from the spider composite. Notice the similarities. Rengoku took his turn at the microscope, his expression growing grave. The same mutation patterns. As if the blood itself is seeking a more optimal form. Precisely. Shinobu placed a third slide under the lens. And this is from a regular demon for comparison. Completely stable. So this celestial blood makes demon cells super adaptive? Goku summarized. It appears so. But there's more. Shinobu hesitated, then produced a small, sealed container. This was found embedded in the Hydra demon's primary brain. It appears to be a tracking device of some kind. The object inside was bizarre, like a miniature eye with metallic components. It pulsed faintly with an unnatural light. Demons using technology? Rengoku frowned. This is unprecedented. It's not technology, exactly, Shinobu corrected. It's biological, grown, not manufactured. I believe it's how Muzan was monitoring the attack sites simultaneously. Goku studied the eye-like object with sudden interest. This reminds me of something. Babidi, the wizard who controlled Majin Buu, used similar things to spy on people. Could this celestial blood be granting Muzan abilities beyond normal demon powers? Rengoku wondered. That would be consistent with my findings, Shinobu agreed. The blood samples show properties I've never encountered before, almost as if they contain information, not just power. Goku tapped his chin thoughtfully. Angel blood definitely contains information. Whis once said angels are basically living databases of cosmic knowledge. If Muzan is somehow tapping into that, then he may gain insights into your world, Rengoku concluded. Perhaps even how to access your full powers. That's not good. Goku's usual carefree demeanor slipped momentarily. If he figures out how to unlock Super Saiyan abilities and combines that with demon regeneration, we must inform Master Ubuyashiki immediately, Shinobu decided. As they hurried toward the main house, Goku noticed a familiar figure watching from the shadow of a tree, Nezuko, once again observing from a distance. But this time, her eyes glowed with an unusual intensity. Tanjiro's sister is following us, he whispered to Rengoku. She has been acting unusually since your arrival, the flame Hashira confirmed. Perhaps she senses something about you that we cannot. Before Goku could respond, a piercing cry split the night, a Kasugai crow arriving with urgent news. It landed on Shinobu's outstretched arm, its message direct and alarming. Emergency! Emergency! Demon attack at the eastern checkpoint. Multiple casualties. All available Hashira requested immediately. Caw. That checkpoint is only 5 miles from here, Rengoku said sharply. A direct challenge. Or a diversion, Shinobu suggested. Either way, we need to move, Goku decided. Want a lift? The eastern checkpoint was a fortified outpost marking one of the main approaches to Demon Slayer headquarters. By the time Goku arrived with Rengoku and Shinobu, the scene was one of carnage and chaos. The wooden gate had been smashed inward. Bodies of core members lay scattered about, some partially consumed. The few survivors huddled together, defended by Ju Tomioka, who had arrived minutes earlier. What happened here? Rengoku demanded as they landed. One of the survivors, a young woman with a blood-soaked uniform, spoke shakily. They came without warning. Not like normal demons, they worked together, used tactics. They wore strange masks and didn't speak at all. How many? Shinobu asked, already examining the wounded. At least a dozen. Led by a woman with scales like a serpent. They broke through the gate, killed everyone in their path, then continued toward headquarters. Goku and Rengoku exchanged alarmed glances. The scaled demoness from the mining town, Goku recalled. She escaped during the fight. And now leads an assault force directly toward our base, Rengoku concluded grimly. We must intercept them. I'll stay with the wounded, Shinobu decided. You two go ahead. I'll send word to headquarters to prepare defenses. Goku nodded, turning to Ju. Want to come demon hunting? The water Hashira's stoic expression didn't change, but he nodded once. I will accompany you. They set off at full speed, Goku keeping pace with the two Hashira rather than flying ahead. He extended his senses, searching for demonic energy signatures. There, he pointed after several minutes. About 2 miles ahead. They're moving fast, but we can cut them off if we circle around through that valley. Ju raised an eyebrow, impressed despite himself. You can sense them at this distance. Key sensing is pretty useful, Goku grinned. I can feel their energy signatures, all different, but with similar demonic qualities. And one that's way stronger than the others, probably your scaled friend. They altered course, racing through a narrow valley to intercept the demon force. As they emerged on a ridge overlooking a forest clearing, they spotted their targets, a dozen demons moving in formation through the trees. Each wore an identical white mask carved with a single eye symbol. What's with the masks? Goku whispered. Unknown, Ju replied quietly. New development. Rengoku studied the formation with a tactician's eye. They move like trained soldiers, not predators. See how they maintain spacing and sight lines. Someone has drilled them in battlefield tactics. The scaled one is in the center, Goku noted, pointing to a larger figure protected by the others. Want me to grab her? No, Ju cautioned. We should observe first. This behavior is unprecedented. Too late for that, Rengoku warned. They've spotted us. Indeed, all the masked demons had stopped simultaneously, heads turning upward toward their position on the ridge. Without any visible signal, they reformed into a defensive circle around their leader. So much for surprise, Goku shrugged. Guess we'll do this the direct way. He leaped from the ridge, dropping the 30 feet to the clearing below. Rengoku and Ju followed close behind, drawing their swords as they landed. Hey there! Goku called cheerfully. Remember me? The scaled demoness stepped forward, her mask different from the others, more elaborate, with horns protruding from the sides. When she spoke, her voice had a metallic quality, as if filtered through the mask itself. The anomaly. Lord Muzan will be pleased. She tilted her head, studying him. You've changed since our last encounter. Adapted your energy. Interesting. Yeah, I've been training. Figured out some new tricks. Goku settled into his fighting stance. Want to see? Not particularly. She raised one clawed hand, and her subordinates immediately spread out, surrounding the three of them. I simply need a sample of your blood. Resistance will only increase the pain involved. Rengoku's blade ignited with his flame technique. You will not take another step toward headquarters, demon. Who said that was our destination? The demoness laughed coldly. The checkpoint was merely quality control. Testing our new units. New units? Ju repeated, eyes narrowing. Behold Lord Muzan's latest creation, the blank masks. She gestured to her followers. Demons with their consciousness suppressed, replaced with absolute obedience. Perfect soldiers who feel no pain, fear no death, and execute commands without question. As if to demonstrate, she snapped her fingers. Units 3 and 4, self-terminate. Without hesitation, 2 of the masked demons reached up and tore their own heads off. Their bodies dissolved instantly to ash. That's messed up, Goku commented, genuinely disturbed. You're controlling them completely. Lord Muzan controls all demons, she corrected. I merely relay his commands through the masks. The celestial essence has granted him unprecedented connection to his creations. Rengoku's grip tightened on his sword. You've turned them into puppets. I've elevated them to purpose, the demoness countered. Now, enough talk. Units, engage the Hashira. I will handle the anomaly personally. The remaining masked demons attacked with mechanical precision, 4 focusing on Rengoku, 4 on Ju. Their movements were coordinated but oddly rigid, lacking the fluid unpredictability of normal demons. They fight like robots, Goku observed as the demoness circled him. No creativity, just programming. An unnecessary trait for foot soldiers, she replied. But I assure you, I retain my full faculties. She attacked suddenly, her scaled body morphing as she moved. Her arms elongated into blade-like appendages, while her legs transformed into a serpentine lower body, increasing her speed and mobility. Goku dodged the initial strike, impressed despite himself. You've definitely gotten stronger since last time. Lord Muzin's blood continues to evolve us, she hissed, her attacks becoming a blur of slashing claws and whipping tail. Soon, we will transcend even the limitations of demonhood itself. Goku weaved through her assault, testing her capabilities without counter-attacking yet. So what's the deal with these masks? Some kind of mind control. Neural interfaces, she explained, surprisingly forthcoming as she continued her relentless attacks. Grown from Lord Muzin's cells, they integrate directly with the demon's brain. The celestial essence provided the template. Apparently, such technology is common in the realm of gods. That confirmed Goku's suspicions. Muzin was indeed accessing angel knowledge through the celestial blood. This was worse than he'd feared. Meanwhile, Rengoku and Ju were dispatching the blank masks efficiently, their breathing techniques proving more than adequate against the mindless drones. The demons fought with perfect coordination but lacked the adaptability to counter the Hashira's more creative attacks. Enough observation, Goku decided. It was time to end this and get information back to headquarters. Scion style, first form, adaptive spirit. He activated his hybrid technique, the orange aura flowing around him. The demoness paused, sensors in her mask analyzing the energy pattern. Fascinating, she murmured. You've integrated this world's breathing methods into your alien physiology. Lord Muzin will be most interested in this development. Yeah, well, he'll have to keep wondering how it works. Goku moved, his speed now enhanced by the technique. He appeared behind her, striking with precision. Second form, focused impact. His energy-enhanced palm strike connected with her back, sending shockwaves through her body. Scales cracked and flesh tore as the concentrated ki disrupted her physical form. The demoness shrieked, more in surprise than pain, and whirled to counterattack. But Goku was already gone, appearing above her. Third form, severing edge. His hand sliced downward, glowing with concentrated energy. The demoness barely evaded a decapitating strike, losing part of her shoulder instead. Black blood sprayed from the wound, which immediately began regenerating. Your regeneration's improved too, Goku noted. But it's still not fast enough. He pursued relentlessly, forcing her on the defensive. Each strike came closer to a killing blow, and the demoness' confident demeanor began cracking along with her scales. Across the clearing, Rengoku and Ju had reduced their opponents to 3, working together with seamless coordination. The water and flame breathing styles complemented each other surprisingly well, one flowing where the other blazed. The demoness, realizing her position was deteriorating rapidly, suddenly changed tactics. Enough games, she snarled. She reached into her robes and produced a small vial containing glowing blue liquid. Lord Muzin anticipated this outcome. Before Goku could stop her, she drank the contents. The effect was immediate and horrifying. Her body convulsed, scales splitting as new growth erupted from beneath. Her mask fused with her face, the eye symbol glowing with the same blue light as the liquid. Secondary form release authorized, she intoned, her voice no longer her own. Prototype celestial integration initiated. Goku fell back, reassessing this new threat. The demoness transformation continued, her body growing to nearly twice its original size. The scales covering her skin now emitted a faint blue glow along their edges, and the air around her distorted slightly, as if reality itself was bending. Lord Muzin sends his regards, she said, her voice now layered with multiple tones speaking in unison. And a message, the blood of gods flows through my veins. Soon, the blood of stars will join it. She attacked with overwhelming speed, faster than before by an order of magnitude. Goku barely dodged the initial strike, a clawed hand passing close enough to his face that he felt the air sizzle with some kind of energy. "Whoa," he exclaimed, genuinely startled. "That's not normal demon power." "Correct." The transformed demoness continued her assault, each movement leaving faint blue afterimages in the air. Celestial essence grants access to dimensional manipulation. Observe. She gestured, and a portal-like ripple appeared in the air beside Goku. Another clawed hand emerged from it, striking from an impossible angle. Only Goku's battle-honed instincts saved him from being impaled, twisting away at the last instant. Portal techniques. Goku's eyes widened. Now that's definitely angel technology. Rengoku, having dispatched the last of his opponents, rushed to assist. "Goku. Is that, stay back." Goku warned. "She's using some kind of space manipulation. Keep your distance." The demoness laughed, opening multiple spatial rifts around herself. Lord Muzin has only begun to explore the celestial knowledge. This is merely a prototype, a field test of concepts soon to be perfected. Goku realized he needed to end this quickly, before she could fully adapt to her new powers. He concentrated, pushing his hybrid technique further than before. "Scion style, fifth form," he announced, the orange aura intensifying around him, thunder strike. He borrowed elements from Zenitsu's breathing style for this technique, channeling energy for explosive speed. He vanished, moving faster than even the enhanced demoness could track, reappearing directly behind her. His energy-wrapped hand pierced straight through her chest, emerging from the front clutching something pulsing and black, her demon core. "Impossible," she gasped, the spatial rifts around her collapsing. "The celestial power is impressive," Goku acknowledged, crushing the core in his hand. "But you haven't had time to master it. And borrowed power is never as effective as your own." With his free hand, he delivered the final blow, a clean decapitation that separated her head from her body. As both began dissolving into ash, the mask remained intact, falling to the ground with a metallic clang. "That was no ordinary demon," Ju observed, approaching cautiously. "No kidding," Goku agreed, powering down his aura. "She was using space manipulation techniques similar to instant transmission. If she'd had more time to adapt to those powers." Rengoku knelt to examine the mask, careful not to touch it directly. "This technology, it's beyond anything we've encountered. It's based on angel tech," Goku explained. "In my world, angels like Whis can create pocket dimensions, travel between universes, even rewind time in limited circumstances. If Muzin is figuring out how to access that kind of power, then the threat has grown exponentially," Ju concluded, his perpetual stoicism finally showing cracks of concern. "We need to report this immediately," Rengoku decided. "And we should bring this mask for Shinobu to examine." Using a cloth to avoid direct contact, Rengoku carefully wrapped the mask. As he secured it, Goku suddenly tensed, sensing something approaching. "Someone's coming," he warned. "Multiple signatures, but they don't feel demonic." Moments later, Tanjiro burst into the clearing, followed by Zenitsu, Inosuke, and several other demon slayers. Their expressions shifted from battle-ready to relieved upon seeing the three standing victorious. "We felt the demonic presence approaching headquarters," Tanjiro explained, sheathing his sword. Master Ubuyashiki sent all available slayers to intercept. The threat has been eliminated, Rengoku reported. But the implications are severe. The demons have acquired new abilities through this celestial blood. Space manipulation, Goku added. Portal creation. Maybe worse, if Muzan keeps experimenting. Zenitsu's face paled. P-portals. Like, demons appearing out of nowhere? Not yet, Goku reassured him. The demoness could only manage small rifts, and they seemed to drain her quickly. But the potential is there. We should return to headquarters immediately, Zhu recommended. This development changes our strategic position significantly. As they gathered to depart, Goku paused, looking thoughtfully at the ashes of the demoness. Something about the encounter troubled him deeply. She called it a field test, he murmured. Which means Muzan's already working on something better. The briefing room at headquarters had never felt so tense. Master Ubuyashiki sat silently as Rengoku, Zhu, and Goku delivered their report. The other Hashira listened with expressions ranging from disbelief to grim acceptance. Shinobu had already taken the mask to her laboratory for analysis. Space manipulation, Ubuyashiki repeated finally. An ability beyond any demon power previously recorded. It's consistent with angel capabilities, Goku confirmed. Though her execution was crude compared to someone like Whis. More like a rough copy than the real thing. This celestial blood is proving more dangerous than anticipated, Ubuyashiki acknowledged. If Muzan can grant such abilities to his subordinates, what might he be capable of himself? And he still wants my blood to complete whatever he's planning, Goku added. The demoness mentioned the blood of stars joining the blood of gods. Scion blood, Tengen Yuzui. Realized. He sees your alien physiology as the final component. Which gives us an opportunity, Sanemi interjected, his scarred face intense. If he wants the alien so badly, use him as bait. Draw Muzan out. Hey, I'm sitting right here, Goku protested mildly. And actually, I don't mind being bait. But Muzan's too smart to go for something obvious. Agreed, Rengoku supported him. Muzan has survived for centuries by avoiding direct confrontation. He will continue to work through proxies while he perfects this new power. Then we must accelerate our preparations, Ubuyashiki decided. Son Goku, how goes the key training? Pretty good. Some of your people have real potential. Zenitsu can already create small energy discharges, and Tanjiro's figuring out how to enhance his water breathing with ki. Expand the program, Ubuyashiki instructed. Train as many as show aptitude. If Muzan's forces are evolving, we must evolve as well. What about the mask? Zhu inquired. Could it provide insight into these new abilities? Shinobu is examining it now, Ubuyashiki replied. Perhaps, a commotion outside interrupted them. The door slid open to reveal a flustered corps member. Forgive the intrusion, Master. Something's happening with Nezuko Kamadu. Tanjiro, who had been waiting outside with the other lower-ranked slayers, rushed in. What about my sister? Is she hurt? Not hurt, but changed. She broke out of her box, went to the training ground, and now she's doing something strange. Everyone hurried outside to find a small crowd gathered at the training field. In the center stood Nezuko, her bamboo muzzle removed, staring at her own hands with wonder. Around her fingertips danced tiny flames, not the pink flames of her blood demon art, but something different. Is that? Rengoku began, astonished. Ki, Goku confirmed, equally stunned. She's manipulating ki. Tanjiro pushed through the crowd, approaching his sister cautiously. Nezuko? What are you doing? She looked up, her unusual pink eyes bright with excitement. Instead of her usual growls, she spoke, her voice raspy from disuse but unmistakably human. Tanjiro. I can feel it. The energy. Like him. She pointed at Goku. A collective gasp went through the gathered demon slayers. Nezuko speaking was unprecedented enough, but her demonstrating key abilities without any training seemed impossible. How? Tanjiro asked, torn between joy at hearing his sister's voice and confusion at what was happening. Goku approached slowly, studying Nezuko with intense focus. She's been watching me train every day. But mere observation shouldn't allow this level of mimicry. Unless, Shinobu suggested, having arrived moments before, her demonic nature actually facilitates the process. Demons adapt and evolve, it's their primary advantage. Perhaps she's been unconsciously adapting to Son Goku's energy since he arrived. Is it dangerous? Tanjiro asked worriedly. Goku shook his head. No, it's regular ki, life energy. If anything, it's more human than demonic. He knelt to Nezuko's level. Hey there. Can you show me what else you can do? Nezuko concentrated, her brow furrowing with effort. The flames around her fingers intensified, spreading to encompass her hands entirely. Unlike normal ki manifestation, hers had a pinkish tint that reminded Goku of her blood demon art. She's hybridizing, he realized aloud. Combining ki manipulation with her existing demon powers. That's, actually brilliant. Could this help her? Tanjiro asked hopefully. Make her more human. Maybe, Goku hedged, not wanting to promise too much. Ki is fundamentally life energy. Using it might strengthen whatever humanity she's retained. But it's uncharted territory. Ubuyashiki had remained silent, his bandaged face unreadable. Now he spoke, his gentle voice carrying effortlessly to all present. Nezuko Kamadu has consistently defied our understanding of demonkind. This development, while unexpected, offers new possibilities. He turned toward where Goku stood. I believe we should include her in your training program. Master. Sanemi protested. She's still a demon. A demon who has never consumed human flesh, Ubuyashiki reminded him. Who protects rather than hunts. And who now manifests human energy in a way no demon has before. His tone became final. She will train. The decision sent ripples through the assembled demon slayers. For Nezuko to be accepted as a student rather than a controlled threat represented a fundamental shift in the Corps' approach. This is awesome. Goku broke the tension with his characteristic enthusiasm. I bet she'll learn super fast since she's already figured out the basics on her own. Nezuko smiled hesitantly, the expression strangely human on her demon features. Learn more, she asked, her speech still halting. Definitely. Starting tomorrow, you're officially part of the key training program. As the crowd began to disperse, Shinobu approached Goku discreetly. I've completed my initial examination of the mask. If you have a moment. They retreated to her laboratory, joined by Rengoku and Ju. The mask lay on a workbench, partially disassembled to reveal intricate structures within, part biological, part something else entirely. It's more advanced than it appears, Shinobu explained. The outer layer is composed of demonic cells, but the inner components. She gestured to crystalline structures embedded in the biological matrix. These appear to be information storage and processing nodes, similar to a brain but artificially constructed. Angel Tech, Goku nodded. They use crystalline structures for memory storage. Whis has something similar in his staff. The most concerning discovery is this. Shinobu pointed to a pulsing central node that emitted faint blue light. This component remains active despite being separated from its host. It appears to be transmitting. A beacon, Ju realized. It's sending information back to Muzan. Which means he knows exactly what happened during the fight, Rengoku concluded grimly. Including Goku's new techniques. And Nezuko's development, Shinobu added. If these masks function as remote sensory devices, anything witnessed by the Demoness is now known to Muzan. That's not great, Goku admitted. But it also means Muzan is keeping tabs on us, which means we can use that. Feed him information we want him to have. A double-edged strategy, Ju cautioned. But potentially effective. Can we disable the transmission? Rengoku asked. Shinobu shook her head. Not without destroying the mask entirely, which would eliminate our chance to study it further. However, she produced a small box lined with special materials. This should contain the signal for now. As she carefully placed the mask inside and sealed the container, Goku's expression became unusually serious. Guys, I think we need to accelerate our plans. If Muzan's developing angel-based technology this quickly, we might not have much time before he tries something big. I concur, Rengoku nodded. These coordinated attacks, the technological advancement, his interest in your blood, all point to Muzan preparing for a significant move. Then we must be ready, just stated simply. How quickly can you advance the key training? Goku considered the question carefully. With focused effort, I could get the basics across to your best people in about a week. Not enough for advanced techniques, but enough to enhance their existing abilities. Then we have our immediate course of action, Rengoku decided. Intensive training, combined with increased intelligence gathering on Muzan's activities. As they left the laboratory, Goku glanced at the sky. The stars were different here, but the moon was the same, full and bright overhead. Somewhere out there, Muzan was watching, planning, evolving. And time was running out. For the next 5 days, Demon Slayer headquarters transformed into an intensive training camp. Goku worked tirelessly, pushing selected Slayers to their limits and beyond. The original group of 24 expanded to nearly 50 as word spread of their progress. Tanjiro, already naturally gifted, made remarkable strides. By the 3rd day, he could maintain a visible ki aura around his sword, enhancing the cutting power of his water-breathing techniques. Zenitsu proved equally adept, though in different ways. His natural affinity for electricity made him perfect for energy projection techniques. Small lightning-like discharges would arc between his fingers when he concentrated, and his already impressive speed increased dramatically when channeling ki to his legs. Inosuke, true to his wild nature, developed a more instinctive approach. Rather than controlled manifestation, his ki expressed itself as explosive bursts of power during critical moments, a perfect complement to his unpredictable beast-breathing style. Most surprising was Nezuko's progress. With her newfound ability to speak, albeit in simple sentences, she could ask questions and receive direct guidance. Her hybrid ki, tinged pink with her demonic energy, proved exceptionally versatile. She could form solid constructs of energy, something none of the human trainees had managed yet. It's because her demon powers already include physical manifestation, Goku explained to a fascinated Shinobu, who had taken to observing Nezuko's training sessions. Her blood demon art creates flames that can burn demon cells specifically. She's applying the same principle to ki manipulation. Could other demons learn this? Shinobu wondered. Probably not easily. Nezuko's unique because she's resisted her demonic instincts. Her humanity gives her access to pure ki, while her demon abilities give her enhanced adaptation. It's a perfect combination that I doubt Muzan could replicate in his mindless soldiers. The Hashira, too, participated in the training, even the initially skeptical Sanemi. Their years of breathing discipline made them quick studies, though adapting established techniques proved more challenging than learning from scratch. Rengoku, perhaps due to his natural enthusiasm, made the most progress among the Hashira. His flame-breathing techniques, already powerful, became devastating when enhanced with ki. Fire techniques that previously created the illusion of flames now produced actual heat and combustion. Throughout this intensive period, Goku also continued developing his own hybrid style. Each day, he would rise before dawn and train alone, refining the integration of ki manipulation with this world's breathing methods. By the 5th day, he had created 7 distinct forms for his Saiyan style, each borrowing elements from different breathing techniques while maintaining the fundamental principles of ki. On the morning of the 6th day, as the sun crested the eastern mountains, Goku stood before his assembled students in the main training field. Nearly 50 demon slayers of various ranks formed a semicircle around him, including all available Hashira and, notably, Nezuko. "You've all made amazing progress," Goku began, his voice carrying across the field. "In less than a week, you've grasped concepts that usually take months to learn. I'm really proud of all of you." His genuine enthusiasm brought smiles to many faces. Even Ju's perpetual frown seemed slightly less pronounced. "Today, we're going to put everything together, combining your breathing styles with your new key abilities in full combat application. I want you to," he stopped abruptly, head turning sharply to the west. His expression changed from cheerful to intensely focused in an instant. "Goku?" Tanjiro asked, immediately alert. "What's wrong?" "A massive energy signature just appeared," Goku replied, voice low and serious. "About 30 miles west. It's unlike anything I've felt in this world." The Kasugai crows hadn't even sounded the alarm yet when Ubuyashiki appeared at the edge of the training ground, accompanied by his attendants. "A demonic presence has manifested near Fujikasen village," he announced. "Multiple reports of unprecedented power. All Hashira are to mobilize immediately." "It's him," Goku stated with certainty. "Muzan. His energy signature is evolved. Different from any demon I've sensed before." A collective tension spread through the assembled demon slayers. Muzan appearing in daylight was unprecedented. Something had changed dramatically. "Master Ubuyashiki," Rengoku stepped forward. "Request permission to deploy a select team of key trained slayers alongside the Hashira." "Granted," Ubuyashiki nodded. "Assemble your force. You depart within the hour." As the slayers dispersed to prepare, Goku remained still, focusing on the distant energy signature. It pulsed with otherworldly power, demonic at its core, but layered with something else. Something that reminded him of Whis. "He's completed some kind of transformation," Goku murmured to Rengoku, who had remained at his side. "The celestial blood has fully integrated with his demonic nature. And now he shows himself openly," Rengoku noted grimly. "A declaration of confidence. Or a trap," Ju added, approaching them. "Designed specifically to draw you out, Goku." "Probably both," Goku acknowledged. "He wants my blood to complete whatever he's becoming. And he's showing off his new powers to intimidate us." "Will you go?" Rengoku asked directly. "Knowing it's likely a trap?" Goku's characteristic grin returned, though tempered with seriousness. "Of course. I never back down from a strong opponent. Besides, this might be our best chance to end this before he gets even stronger." "Then we go together," Rengoku declared, clasping Goku's shoulder. "As comrades." An hour later, the response force was assembled at the main gate. 5 Hashira, flame, water, wind, stone, and insect, would lead the mission, accompanied by 20 elite slayers including Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke. Most controversially, Nezuko would join them, her unique abilities deemed potentially crucial against Muzan's evolved powers. "The village is approximately 30 miles west," Ubuyashiki addressed them from the steps. "Reports indicate massive structural damage, but few casualties, as if the attack were designed to attract attention rather than maximize death. This supports our theory that Muzan's primary objective is to draw out Son Goku. Which means we're walking into an ambush," Sanemi stated bluntly. "Most definitely," Ubuyashiki agreed. "However, this also presents a rare opportunity to confront Muzan directly, something we have sought for centuries." Goku stepped forward. "I can get us there instantly using instant transmission, but I'd need to lock onto a specific energy signature within range." "That won't be necessary," Ubuyashiki replied. "Our intelligence suggests Muzan is not alone. Upper moon demons have been sighted in the vicinity, likely positioned to intercept any rapid response. A measured approach will allow you to assess the situation fully before engaging." With final instructions given, the force departed, moving with the supernatural speed granted by their breathing techniques. Goku kept pace easily, occasionally flying ahead to scout their path. Nezuko, rather than traveling in her box, ran alongside her brother, her enhanced demon physiology allowing her to keep up effortlessly. As they traveled, Goku found himself running beside Rengoku, the flame Hashira's bright spirit a beacon among the tense group. "Can I ask you something?" Goku ventured. "Of course, my friend." Rengoku replied heartily. "This Muzan guy, you've been fighting him for centuries, right?" "Well, not you personally, but the Demon Slayer Corps." "Indeed. Countless generations have sacrificed their lives in this struggle. So why hasn't anyone beaten him yet? From what I've seen, you guys are pretty strong." Rengoku's expression grew more somber. Muzan's greatest weapon has always been elusiveness. He hides among humans, changes his appearance, and acts through subordinates. Direct confrontations with him are so rare that many Hashira live and die without ever seeing his true form. But now he's showing himself openly, Goku noted. Precisely what makes this situation so unprecedented. Whatever power he has obtained from this celestial blood must have given him extraordinary confidence, or desperate need for your Saiyan blood to complete his evolution. Goku nodded thoughtfully. "In my world, I've fought a lot of really powerful enemies. Most of them started out overconfident, thinking their new transformation or power-up made them invincible. Usually, that overconfidence is their downfall. Let us hope Muzan follows that pattern." Rengoku smiled grimly. As they neared Fujikaisen village, the devastation became apparent. What had once been a picturesque mountain settlement was now partially collapsed, as if a giant hand had swept through its center. Yet strangely, the destruction seemed controlled, buildings damaged but not obliterated, roads blocked but not cratered. "It's too quiet," Tanjiro observed as they paused at the village outskirts. "I smell blood, but not as much as there should be with this level of destruction." Goku closed his eyes, concentrating on the energy signatures around them. Most of the villagers are alive. They're gathered in the shrine at the north end. But there are demon energies throughout the village, waiting, watching. "A stage set for our arrival," Shinobu concluded. "With the civilians as potential hostages. We need to secure the villagers first," Gyomei decided, his massive frame tense with readiness. "I'll go," Goku offered. "I can get there fastest and create a distraction while you guys get the civilians to safety." Sanemi shook his head. "That's exactly what Muzan wants, to separate you from our group. It's also our best chance to protect innocent people," Goku countered. "I can handle myself." After a brief tactical discussion, they agreed to a compromise. Goku would approach the village center openly, drawing attention, while Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, accompanied by Nezuko, would secure the villagers. The Hashira would maintain strategic positions around the village perimeter, ready to converge when Muzan inevitably revealed himself. "Remember your training," Goku advised the young slayers before they separated. "Key enhancement isn't just about power, it's about awareness, control, and adapting to the situation." Tanjiro nodded seriously. "We won't let you down." "I know you won't," Goku grinned. "Now, let's go crash Muzan's party." The group split up, moving with practiced stealth through the damaged village. Goku, however, did exactly the opposite, walking openly down the main street toward the village square, his orange gi bright against the gray debris. "Hey! Muzan," he called out cheerfully. "I heard you've been looking for me. Well, here I am." His voice echoed through the empty streets. For several moments, nothing happened. Then, a soft chuckle emanated from everywhere at once. "Son Goku," the voice was smooth, cultured, and utterly cold. "The Saiyan warrior from beyond our world. I was beginning to think you might disappoint me." The air in the village square rippled, like heat haze on a summer day. A figure stepped through what appeared to be a tear in reality itself, a handsome man in an immaculate white suit, with pale skin and eyes that shifted between crimson and a strange, opalescent color. Muzan Kibutsuji, I presume. Goku settled into a relaxed stance, assessing his opponent carefully. In the flesh, Muzan smiled, spreading his hands. Though, flesh is perhaps an inadequate term for what I have become. Goku could feel the wrongness emanating from the Demon Lord. His energy signature was chaotic, layers of power swirling and merging in unnatural combinations. The demonic core remained, but it was now intertwined with something alien, something that didn't belong in this reality. The celestial blood, Goku observed. You've fully integrated it. Very perceptive, Muzan nodded approvingly. Yes, the divine essence has transformed me in ways I never imagined possible. Knowledge, power, perception beyond mortal understanding, all mine to command. He studied Goku with evident curiosity. And yet, you remain the missing piece. The final component. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not donating blood today, Goku replied, his casual tone belying his readiness. Actually, I'm here to stop you before you hurt more people. Muzan laughed softly. How charmingly straightforward. No wonder my demons find you so fascinating. He began walking in a slow circle around Goku, who turned to keep facing him. Did you know that your kind, scions, exist in the celestial knowledge? A warrior race from a distant system in another reality. Primitive but with remarkable potential. The angels found you quite interesting. That caught Goku by surprise. The angels knew about scions. The blood contains fragments of cosmic memory, Muzan explained. Billions of years of observation across multiple realities. Your race appeared in several entries, particularly noting your ability to transform, to grow stronger from near-death experiences, and to adapt to almost any environment. His eyes gleamed. Qualities that would complement my own evolution perfectly. While they conversed, Goku subtly extended his senses, tracking the progress of his allies. Tanjiro's team had reached the shrine and was evacuating civilians. The Hashira had positioned themselves strategically around the village. Everything was proceeding according to plan, which made Goku suspicious. Muzan seemed too relaxed, too confident. So what's your endgame here? Goku asked, buying time. Get my blood, become even more powerful, then what? Rule the world? Destroy it? I've met a lot of villains, and they usually have some grand plan. How limited your thinking is, Muzan smiled condescendingly. World domination. Destruction. Such mundane aspirations. No, Son Goku, with the celestial knowledge unlocked by angelic essence and the adaptive potential of scion biology, I will transcend the very concept of demonhood. I will become a new kind of entity, beyond demon, beyond human, beyond God. He spread his arms. I will become a nexus of realities, with the power to move between worlds at will. You want to invade other dimensions, Goku realized. Explore would be a more accurate term. Your sudden arrival proved what the celestial blood suggested, that barriers between realities can be breached. With your scion adaptability added to my evolving powers, I could stabilize such breaches, control them, traverse them. As Muzan spoke, Goku noticed subtle changes in the environment around them. The shadows seemed to move independently of their sources. The air occasionally rippled with invisible energy. Reality itself felt thin, as if stretched to its breaking point. I hate to break it to you, Goku said, but messing with reality usually ends badly. Trust me, I've seen it happen. There's a reason the angels and gods have strict rules about that stuff. Rules created by beings who feared what I am becoming, Muzan dismissed. Now, I've indulged this conversation long enough. Will you surrender a sample of your blood willingly, or must I take it by force? Goku grinned, dropping into his fighting stance. I think you know the answer to that. I assumed as much. Muzan sighed theatrically. Very well. But before we begin our dance, he snapped his fingers, and the air split open around the village in multiple locations. Through these rifts stepped familiar figures, the upper moon demons, Muzin's most powerful servants. Let's ensure your friends are properly entertained. Goku's eyes widened as he sensed the Hashira engaging with these new threats. You've taught them portal creation too? A simple application of the celestial knowledge, Muzin shrugged. Though they wield it crudely compared to what I have achieved. His pleasant demeanor suddenly sharpened. Now, shall we begin? Without warning, he attacked, moving with such speed that even Goku, with all his battle experience, barely tracked the movement. Muzin's hand, transformed into a blade-like appendage, sliced through the space Goku had occupied a millisecond before. Impressive reflexes, Muzin noted, seemingly unperturbed by the miss. The celestial knowledge wasn't exaggerating about Saiyan combat abilities. Goku countered with a flurry of strikes, testing Muzin's defenses without committing fully. The Demon Lord parried each attack with liquid grace, his limbs occasionally shifting form to create optimal blocking surfaces. You're holding back, Muzin observed. As am I. How sporting of us both. Just warming up, Goku replied, increasing his speed gradually. Getting a feel for your style. Their exchange accelerated, becoming a blur of strikes and counters that shattered nearby debris with shockwaves alone. Goku found himself genuinely impressed. Muzin's fighting technique was refined and adaptable, combining elements from countless martial arts with his own supernatural abilities. You've been around a long time, Goku commented, leaping back to create distance. Picked up a lot of moves. Centuries of observing human combat arts, Muzin confirmed. Though I rarely deign to use them personally. You should feel honored. Goku sensed Muzin gathering energy for something significant. The air around the Demon Lord began to distort more dramatically, and his eyes shifted fully to that strange opalescent color that reminded Goku of Whisa's staff. Enough preliminaries, Muzin declared. Allow me to demonstrate what true celestial integration looks like. The space around him fractured, not merely portal creation, but something more fundamental. Reality itself seemed to glitch, showing overlapping versions of Muzin simultaneously occupying the same space. His form became fluid, boundaries blurring between body and environment. Dimensional phase shifting, Muzin explained, his voice echoing strangely. Existing partially in multiple planes simultaneously. The angels use this technique to observe realities without fully manifesting within them. He attacked again, but this time with a devastating new advantage. Parts of his body would phase in and out of normal space, making his movements nearly impossible to predict or counter. A strike that appeared aimed at Goku's chest would suddenly manifest behind him instead. Limbs extended at impossible angles, bypassing normal physical limitations. Goku took several solid hits before adapting to this new threat, each impact carrying surprising force. He skidded backward, reassessing his opponent with newfound respect. Okay, that's a pretty cool technique, he acknowledged, wiping a trickle of blood from his lip. Guess I should stop holding back too. Saiyan style, first form, adaptive spirit. Goku activated his hybrid technique, the orange aura flowing around him. Muzin watched with evident fascination as Goku's power stabilized into its new form. Fascinating, the Demon Lord murmured. You've created a technique that bridges your native ki manipulation with our world's breathing styles. Adaptation indeed, the quintessential Saiyan trait. It's not as powerful as Super Saiyan, Goku admitted, but it works with this world's energy system. An ingenious compromise, Muzin complimented. Now, let us continue our experiment. Their battle resumed with heightened intensity. Goku's enhanced awareness allowed him to better predict Muzin's dimensional phasing, if not perfectly counter it. He began incorporating elements from various breathing styles into his movements, the fluidity of water, the precision of flame, the unpredictability of beast. Meanwhile, across the village, the other battles raged. The Hashira faced upper moon demons empowered with rudimentary celestial abilities. Tanjiro's team worked to evacuate the remaining villagers while fending off lesser demons. Through it all, Goku maintained peripheral awareness of his allies' conditions, ready to assist if any fell into mortal danger. As their duel intensified, Goku and Muzan destroyed more of the village with each exchange. Buildings collapsed under the pressure of their clashing energies. The ground cracked beneath their feet. Yet neither gained a decisive advantage. "You exceed my expectations, Scion," Muzan commented during a momentary lull. "The celestial knowledge suggested your race was formidable, but experiencing it firsthand is another matter entirely." "You're not so bad yourself," Goku returned the compliment. "For a demon, your technique is pretty refined." Muzan's expression changed slightly, a hint of annoyance breaking through his composed facade. "You speak as though demon is somehow lesser. I have transcended the limitations of demonhood. What stands before you is something new." "You're still using demonic energy as your base," Goku pointed out. "I can feel it. The celestial stuff is powerful, but it's layered on top, not fully integrated." That observation clearly struck a nerve. Muzan's eyes narrowed. "Perceptive. Yes, there remains one final step in my evolution, the stabilization of these disparate energies. Which is precisely why I require your blood." "Not happening," Goku stated firmly. "We shall see." Muzan's pleasant demeanor vanished entirely. "Enough restraint. Let me show you what the blood of gods can truly accomplish." The air around Muzan shattered like glass, dimensional fractures spreading outward in all directions. His physical form began to change, not the grotesque transformation typical of demons, but something more fundamental. His body became semi-transparent, internal structures visible as swirling patterns of light and darkness. The opalescent color of his eyes spread throughout his form, creating a being that seemed made of living opals and shadow. "Celestial aspect," he announced, his voice reverberating across multiple frequencies simultaneously. "A form between forms, beyond the constraints of single-dimensional existence." The pressure emanating from him increased exponentially. Goku felt it not just physically, but on some deeper level, as if Muzan's very presence was straining the fabric of reality around them. "Now we begin in earnest," Muzan declared. He moved, or rather, reality shifted around him, allowing him to appear directly before Goku without crossing the intervening space. A hand that was no longer quite a hand struck with the force of a collapsing star, sending Goku flying backward through multiple buildings before he could stabilize himself. "Whoa," Goku gasped, genuinely surprised by the power behind the strike. "That's more like it." He countered with his own technique. Scion style, sixth form, multidimensional strike. This form, inspired by Muzan's own abilities, attempted to channel ki through multiple spatial points simultaneously. It wasn't true dimensional manipulation, but rather an illusion created by extreme speed and precise energy control, attacking from multiple angles in such rapid succession that it appeared simultaneous. The technique caught Muzan by surprise, several strikes landing before he adapted. Black blood with opalescent highlights splattered the ground, though the wounds healed almost instantly. "Impressive improvisation," Muzan acknowledged. "You created that technique just now, didn't you?" "Analyzing my movements and developing a counter on the fly." Goku grinned. "Fighting strong opponents is kind of my specialty." There. Battle escalated further, each exchange devastating more of the surrounding village. Goku found himself pushed harder than expected, his hybrid technique nearing its limits against Muzan's celestial enhanced powers. Without access to his Super Saiyan transformations, he was fighting at a disadvantage against an opponent who continued to grow stronger as the battle progressed. Across the village, he sensed the other battles reaching critical points. Rengoku had suffered injuries against Upper Moon 3, though he continued fighting valiantly. Tanjiro and his team had successfully evacuated most villagers but now faced Upper Moon 6, taxing their newly learned ki abilities to their limits. "Your allies falter," Muzan observed, seeming to sense Goku's divided attention. "How long before one falls?" Before you must choose between continuing our duel and saving a friend? As if on cue, Goku felt Rengoku's energy signature fluctuate dangerously. The flame Hashira had taken a serious blow. Without hesitation, Goku disengaged from Muzan and teleported to Rengoku's side, arriving just in time to block a killing strike from Akaza, the Upper Moon 3. Goku! Rengoku gasped, clutching a deep wound in his side. The demon, he's different, stronger, I know, Goku replied, eyes fixed on Akaza. The Upper Moon demon had indeed changed, his body displaying faint opalescent patterns similar to Muzan's, though far less pronounced. The Scion himself, Akaza grinned maniacally. Lord Muzan will reward me beyond imagination for delivering your blood. Sorry to disappoint you, Goku replied, settling into a defensive stance in front of the injured Rengoku. But you'll have to get through me first. With pleasure. Akaza launched forward, his destructive death compass technique enhanced with crude dimensional phasing. Goku met the attack head-on, his greater experience with key manipulation giving him an advantage despite Akaza's celestial enhancements. They exchanged a flurry of blows, Akaza's techniques growing increasingly desperate as he failed to penetrate Goku's defense. Impossible, the demon snarled. No one withstands my compass. Your technique relies on sensing battle spirit, Goku explained, continuing to counter each attack. But it can't properly read ki that's controlled differently than this world's energy. You're fighting blind. In a decisive movement, Goku shifted from defense to offense. Scion style, third form, severing edge. His ki-enhanced hand sliced through Akaza's neck with precision. The demon's head separated cleanly, his expression frozen in shock as his body began disintegrating. How? Lord Muzan promised, the celestial power would. Akaza's final words faded with his physical form. Goku turned immediately to Rengoku. Can you stand? The flame Hashira nodded, pressing a hand to his wound. I will endure. But Muzan, you left him unengaged. I know, Goku replied grimly. But I couldn't let you die. Before they could say more, reality fractured beside them. Muzan stepped through the rift, his opalescent form shimmering with barely contained power. How touching, the demon lord observed coldly. Abandoning our duel to save a friend. Such sentiment, such weakness. It's not weakness, Goku countered, positioning himself between Muzan and Rengoku. My friends make me stronger. A charming philosophy, Muzan smirked. But ultimately flawed. Observe. He gestured, and multiple rifts opened around the village. Through each one, Goku could see his allies fighting desperately against overwhelming odds. Tanjiro protecting an injured Zenitsu. Ju holding off two upper moons simultaneously. Sanemi bleeding from multiple wounds but refusing to yield. Your attention is divided, Muzan noted. Your power, diluted by concern. This is why attachment is inefficient, Son Goku. This is why, ultimately, you will lose. You're wrong, Goku stated with quiet confidence. And I'll show you why. He closed his eyes briefly, centering himself. When he opened them, a new determination shone in his gaze. Scion style, final form, united spirit. The orange aura around him shifted, taking on hints of all the breathing styles he had observed, flame red, water blue, thunder yellow, stone gray, wind green. But unlike his previous forms, this energy extended outward, connecting to each of his allies across the village through thin threads of ki. What is this? Muzan demanded, his composure slipping slightly. Something I learned a long time ago, Goku explained, his voice steady despite the immense concentration required. Energy isn't just for fighting. It connects all living things. By sharing my ki with my friends, I don't become weaker, we all become stronger together. Throughout the village, the demon slayers felt Goku's energy flowing into them. Wounds stabilized. Exhausted muscles renewed. Breathing techniques enhanced beyond their normal limits. Even Nezuko, fighting alongside her brother, found her hybrid demon ki abilities amplified. Impossible, Muzan whispered, watching as the tide of battle shifted across multiple fronts simultaneously. The celestial knowledge contained no record of such an ability. That's because it's not just a scion technique, Goku smiled. It's something I learned from humans, from friends who taught me that real strength comes from protecting others. For the first time, uncertainty flickered across Muzan's transformed features. He had calculated every variable, analyzed every potential outcome, except this. The celestial knowledge, for all its cosmic insight, had failed to account for something as simple yet profound as selfless cooperation. It changes nothing, Muzan declared, though with less conviction than before. Your energy is now spread thin. You cannot defeat me while maintaining this connection. Maybe not alone, Goku acknowledged. Then he grinned. Good thing I'm not alone. On cue, 5 figures converged on their position, Tanjiro, Nezuko, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Ju, all channeling Goku's shared energy through their own unique techniques. Impossible, Muzan repeated, backing away slightly. You coordinated this? Not exactly, Goku admitted. But when you share ki with others, you also share intention. They felt what needed to be done. Muzan's expression hardened. So be it. If I must defeat you all to obtain what I seek, then that is what shall occur. What followed was unlike any battle in the history of the Demon Slayer Corps. Muzan's celestial enhanced powers clashed against 5 breathing style masters reinforced with Goku's ki, plus Goku himself, all moving with coordinated purpose despite no verbal communication. Tanjiro's water breathing flowed seamlessly into Zenitsu's thunder. Inosuke's wild beast style created openings that Ju's precise water technique exploited. Nezuko's hybrid demon ki abilities allowed her to counter Muzan's dimensional phasing by partially entering the same state herself. And through it all, Goku maintained the energy connection while engaging Muzan directly, preventing the Demon Lord from focusing too much power on any single opponent. This cannot be. Muzan snarled, his composed facade crumbling as multiple attacks breached his defenses simultaneously. I have the blood of gods in my veins. I am becoming something beyond comprehension. You're powerful, Goku acknowledged, landing a solid strike that sent Muzan staggering. But power without purpose is just destruction. And destruction always loses to protection in the end. The battle reached its crescendo as Tanjiro unleashed a water technique enhanced by both Hinakami Kagura and Goku's ki, a brilliant blue-red slash that momentarily disrupted Muzan's dimensional phasing. In that instant of vulnerability, Goku struck with everything he had. Scion style, final strike, integrated Kamehameha. The beam that erupted from his cupped hands wasn't the pure blue energy of his traditional signature attack, but a swirling vortex of multiple energies, ki and breathing energy combined into something new. It struck Muzan directly in his partially materialized chest, boring through the opalescent flesh and out the other side. Muzan howled, not in pain, but in rage and disbelief. The wound, rather than healing instantly, remained open, its edges flickering between solid matter and energy. What have you done? He gasped, looking down at the hole in his chest. Combined energies, Goku explained, breathing heavily from the exertion. Your celestial power is strong against individual attacks, but vulnerable to perfectly synchronized opposing forces. Kind of like how Bu could regenerate from almost anything except attacks that destroyed his molecular structure completely. Muzan's form began to destabilize, the opalescent energy flickering like a dying light. This is not the end, he warned, his voice distorting. The celestial essence remains. I will reform. Evolve further. Maybe, Goku acknowledged. But not today. Tanjiro stepped forward, his black Nichiren blade glowing with shared ki. For my family, and for all those you've harmed, your reign ends now. With a perfect strike, he severed Muzan's head from his unstable body. The Demon Lord's expression froze in a mixture of rage and disbelief as both head and body began to dissolve, not into ash as normal demons did, but into particles of light that scattered like dying fireflies. The blood of stars, it should have been mine. Muzin's final words echoed as his form disintegrated completely. For several moments, no one spoke. The sudden absence of Muzin's overwhelming presence left a tangible void in the air. Throughout the village, the remaining upper moons, sensing their master's demise, retreated through hastily created portals, their incomplete celestial powers allowing. Something went wrong with this response, please try again. Move ahead and develop the next chapter. Continue forward by writing the next chapter. The end. Thank you for watching this video. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video.